You know what the lights mean. We're live. Really? Oh, but why is your audio down still? Dang it. There we go. I got this. All right, go ahead. Now you're live.
All right, now we're live. Hi, welcome to the pre-show. This is Kind of Funny Gamescast, and I'm sitting up here all by myself. Kevin's doing screwy things with the mics. We don't really know what's happening here. I can't see your chat yet because he's focusing something there like a cameraman. So I don't actually know what you're saying. This is, oh man, what's the mystery? It's riveting. I got my 3 LaCroix here. I got my coffee here in the double pumpkin. I got this cool, I'm very excited about it. I've been kind of coveting this all day. The happy little 3DS XL Super Mario Kart SNES edition. Very excited about this. Came into the office, found that waiting. It's a good day to be alive. A new challenger has appeared. Yep. Hey, hi there. Hello, everyone. Let's see. Jared, did you hear that Paramount and Nickelodeon are making a live action CGI Rugrats film? No, I did not know that. I like the Rugrats. Nicktoons wise, I was always more of a Doug man because I'm boring. Mm-hmm. And I like Doug's alter ego, Quail Man. I was big into Quail Man myself. Mm-hmm. Got the Patty Mayonnaise going on there. Yeah. What'd you think of Doug?
It's the Rugrats from Under the Rat. Matt, yeah. It's the Rugrats. It's the Rugrats, rat.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Little Tommy Pickles. There was a commercial that they played literally like every commercial.
I remember that because it had that boom, 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 boom. But it's like then there's hip hop going on. Yeah, there's an entertainment podcast called Laser Time, and every now and then they'll do like these thematic shows. And one of the things they did, and actually gone back to a couple of times, is just absurd rap things. They'll do like raps in cartoon shows, raps in commercials, raps, and they've done like a bunch of those.
Well, speaking of Doug, shout out to all the music made for that. There was a couple songs that Doug sang, like the big, you gotta think big. And then there was the beats, and they had all those things. The banging
I like the beats.
On a trash can. Remember that shit, cool, Greg?
That's right.
The beats from Doug.
Yeah, we're talking about Doug. We're talking about Nicktoons. Come on in here. Let's talk about Nicktoons.
Oh, I already got a card in there.
Doug was good. I like Doug.
You know what wasn't good?
What's that?
Long sleeve Doug. I actually was just talking shit about this on Twitter last night. Fucking Disney's Doug.
Oh no,
it's
that
like,
sucks.
all right,
this is so tall.
fuck that shit.
You're talking about like when Doug got picked up later on, like the return of Doug.
Ended on Nick.
Disney's One Saturday Morning.
Yeah,
Doug TNG.
And they changed everything. Well, not everything. They changed a couple things, which is even more insulting. Like they gave him long sleeves, but they weren't long enough to be long sleeves. They were just kind of longer short sleeves or short long sleeves. They weren't either. You know what I mean?
Did he still have the sweater vest with the long sleeves on it?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. But then I think he had pants instead of shorts. I might be wrong about that. They changed the color of his shoes. Might be wrong about that.
They just changed unnecessary things.
BB, I think her name was.
Yeah.
They changed her whole like character.
Oh wait, well Skeeter was
like
still there.
The
but
look of her character or the
stupid
persona.
Long sleeves too.
Oh, look here in the chat.
Yeah,
killer tofu. That's right. There we go. That's right.
My favorite episode of Doug was the Funky Town episode, which was, I guess, was the Halloween episode. Yeah.
I liked Doug so much, and I feel like he kind of got overshadowed by. I mean, Rugrats is really good, and Ren and Stimpy was. Now we know some terrible things about its production, but in terms of the actual product, was pretty innovative. They couldn't get episodes out to save their lives. There were like 6 episodes of Ren and Stimpy for like 2 years.
Yeah,
and they were funny and interesting. But I think of those 3, maybe Doug stands up best the test of time.
I think
Doug
so.
and Hey Arnold are definitely 2 of the like
more than
timeless,
Rugrats.
Like,
you think?
these, I mean, Rugrats works too. Like, they're all they work.
Yeah.
They work on that level of kid and adult.
Significant, specific moments from Rugrats that stick with you.
It was just more Rugrats.
Oh,
Yeah, they made Rugrats
and
for
it was
a long
quality.
time.
Like that's the thing. It was like Rugrats kept going, and then it had its second swing after the movie. And a lot of people didn't like that, but I did.
I don't know that I remember specific. Oh yeah. Was Dill all post movie?
Dill was born in the movie.
Okay.
Right.
But Dill Pickles had
that movie was also traumatizing.
That movie, so fun. The little kids get fucking lost. But that movie was the first
and it has the really sad
soundtrack
song
I ever bought, and I bought it on cassette.
Is that the one that
first
had
soundtrack you ever bought?
M2M, or was that the Pokemon?
That was
movie?
Pokemon
Okay.
M2M.
What's
Don't Say Goodbye.
What's the first album
Don't
you
say
ever
you
bought
love
with your
me.
own money?
You don't even know.
Ever bought with my own money?
Yeah, like the first
But if you
album
really
you took
want to,
your
you can give it a
money and
try.
went and bought.
Yeah, Rugrats.
Rugrats was your very first album, not just soundtrack, but album?
Anything. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. I love you so much
I'm
right now.
looking up
too.
to see which.
Mine was weird. The Eagles' Hell Froze Over.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really sure why, but
works, man. Shout out
that
to
was
the
very,
Eagles.
very. Yeah, I love the Eagles.
I feel like the first one I remember buying was the Inspector Gadget theme song or soundtrack.
Youngstown?
Yeah.
Dude, I
So
fucking
good.
loved that shit. Like that, where it was a remix of the Inspector Gadget theme song, kind of.
But it was cooler.
I remember this.
I gotta find it. No,
I'll be your everything. Yeah. Oh my god.
Hey guys, can I get you to just stay quiet for 2 seconds?
Oh, we're standing by.
No, keep going. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Nabeshin 186 says "Take Me There" by Mace and Maya. It was not Mace. It was Blackstreet and Maya. And man, do you remember that? "Take Me There." It was the Rugrats movie theme song, and then there was the Rugrats remix that like had the. It was the. R-U-U-G.
I remember this.
I don't think so.
If you heard it, you'd be like,
Okay.
damn.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah. I got a couple here asking, Jared, you checked out The Crown on Netflix? Yes, I have. I like me a good melodrama whenever I get the chance. And somebody else was asking about another thing. Downton Abbey feature film.
Joe.
I mean,
Don't leave yet.
but that seemed inevitable. And yes, I'm very happy about that. Downton Abbey's awesome. So I'm great with that, definitely.
To be totally honest, I'm excited to leave to go listen to the Inspector Gadget soundtrack.
Yeah.
You need to hear this.
I'm gonna go listen to it right now.
He's had.
Okay, now I totally do
Yeah.
remember this.
The fucking slap, dude.
Dun, dun.
Oh, I am about to download the Rugrats movie soundtrack and the Inspector Gadget soundtrack for my flight to San Diego.
You should do
I'm
that.
gonna have a good ass
What I just
time.
downloaded was the Josie and the Pussycat soundtrack.
Oh, wow.
The
Wait,
Rachel Lee Cook movie?
Yeah.
With that song, That's What Girls Do?
No, is that? I don't think that's it.
I think it is.
No, because it was all like original music.
Oh, Tim knows his song.
What's that?
So where-
What's That's What Girls Do from?
I don't know.
So where do you fall, Joey? Josie and the Pussycats, Rachel Lee Cook?
That was No Secrets.
Or Josie and the Pussycats, Riverdale? Like, which is the superior?
I've never watched Riverdale, but I
Oh.
love.
Never watched Riverdale.
No.
Oh, Joey, that's Joey, that's Joey, that's Joey the show.
I
like,
know.
oh, it's
and I
so
love.
good.
Like I grew up reading Archie because my
Yeah, no secrets.
mom was always like, whenever we went anywhere, I was always like, "Can I get this? Can I get this?" And she was like, "No," but she's like, "But I'll never say no to buying books." And I somehow conned her into believing that Archie comics counted as books. So I still at my parents' house have like a million trades.
First, totally count as books.
Yeah.
Second, the first couple episodes are not good, and then it gets great, and you need to watch it.
Okay.
It's a very Joey show.
Okay. I'll work on that.
I'm sure you have plenty of time to.
That's what girls do. What is that from?
I think it was Josie and the Pussycats.
It's looking like it's coming up with Powerpuff Girls.
You know what? It was Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls.
Love
the
me
movie.
some Powerpuff
Okay.
Girls.
You're right. You're right. Bye, Joey. Thank you.
What?
You fucking pervert.
Ew. Don't sexualize the
Matrix
Powerpuff
says
I'll
Girls.
sexualize
Rugrats in
whoever
Paris
I
is
want.
trash.
Ew.
I'll
Was it?
sexualize you if I feel like it.
As good as the first movie, but I wouldn't say it was trash, man. Shout out to
Ew.
Kimmy. Giving Chucky that real dark backstory, you know what I mean? It's what the world needed.
I did like Powerpuff Girls, like Dexter's Lab. That was good.
I was just watching.
Instead of my laboratory.
When he into dogs, and Mojo Jojo had the dogs rock people for him. I was thinking, like, I want dogs rock people for me.
Yeah. I like Mojo Jojo. Jeez, I forgot about Mojo Jojo. My favorite of all that, like Cartoon Network, Nicktoons era stuff, there definitely was, and it's fairly late edition, was Samurai Jack.
Dude,
And
Jack's my shit.
yeah,
I fucking love that.
really, I didn't know that. Cool.
Did it come back?
Can we do it?
did.
Yes, it got an ending. After like 15 years, they made a final season, and it was so, Greg, it's so dope. It's fantastic. Yeah, it was like they gave the ending to that show that it always deserved, and it throws back to the old series, but it's all happening like years and years later, and so like he's grown up and you've grown up, and you go back and watch it, and it's so good. I'm very
Mark
excited.
Freeman in the chat says, Greg, you'll be happy to hear that Super Destroy or Not DX is a super easy plat, and my 126 plat, and now to get my 127th on Vita. I am happy to hear that, Mark. But of course, I just talked about this on Kind of Funny Games Daily, literally an hour ago, which makes me think you're a fake fan. And I didn't want to say it. We've known you for a long time. We know you wear the bracelets forever, but apparently, fake fan. Cool, Greg. By the way, motherfucker, Did you see my Instagram story, my Instagram post to you today?
Yes, I did.
Why have we not put Tim through the table yet? Tim, there's a table out there for free, and it is one of the wrestling tables. Bring it in right now. We'll powerbomb you through it.
You talking about the one out on the street?
Yeah.
That's just leaning against the wall.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
free.
free.
Yeah, I saw that on the way. There's like a big clay jar across the street that also says free.
Smash. It's the urn. We can do a whole Undertaker bit.
Yeah, it's
Undertaker Dudley's bit.
I kind of like that.
I'll be right back.
Oh, bye.
Oh wow, he's gonna go jump through the table right there.
Mr. Yasman 300 says, Greg, are you going to visit Larry H. Miller Toyota in Lemon Grove, San Diego to ask about the Greg Miller Toyota? No, I'm not. We know the story. We called the Larry Miller Toyota to find out about Greg Miller, and that, it's over. You know what I mean? That's how it's just got to be.
Nothing there. Let's see. Somebody's asking about, Snatcher and Police Knots? Yeah, both. They're interesting, and I wish they'd have gotten... I mean, Snatcher did get an English release, but nobody played it because it was on Saturn, or pardon me, on Sega CD. Did you play it? You were a Sega kid. Did you have a Sega CD?
Snatcher? Oh,
yeah.
I know. Sega CD was when I was starting to doubt Sega knew what the fuck they were doing.
That was a wise choice.
Connor O'Dowell had one. Connor Dowell, actually. No O. Connor Dowell had one. I remember going over there and playing Night Trap at his house and being like, I don't know if I need this.
Did you buy the physical release of Night Trap when it came out for limited run?
No, and then I saw they're doing it on Switch now.
I bought it, for Switch.
Yeah.
I'll bring it in for
Fuck,
you.
I don't know. I've never played it. It came to PlayStation 2.
Terrible. It's terrible. It's awful. It's really more for the irony. But Snatcher, Kojima's one of his early games.
Yeah.
And interesting. It's a ripoff of it's a little bit of Blade Runner and a little bit of Terminator kind of mixed together. And you might like it. It's like a visual novel, but you can find fan translations of it out there. And Police Knots, likewise, is Lethal Weapon on the moon. So, down to like Riggs and Murdoch.
That's the thing. Sorry, I'm trying to get an Instagram post up before we go live, but I should just stop because I'm an asshole.
No, that's okay. You can
Tim
get that post up.
abandoned leaves, of course. Police Knots, I don't know much about. I know like Kojima loves it. Like I know that I saw the references obviously in Metal Gear 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You never got into the series though? No,
I never even tried. I don't even.
Lethal Weapon 1 and 2.
Wait, Lethal Weapon or Police Knots?
Well, they're kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Right?
Well, yeah,
Pretty much,
okay,
yeah.
sure.
But Police Knots, okay.
Okay.
I got confused. I just
we're all
realized that.
confused. What do you want to say now, Tim?
I don't want to
with
say
your fucking sweatpants.
They're not sweatpants.
You are kind of wearing sweatpants
They're
right now.
camo joggers.
Camo joggers.
Wow.
Y'all ready to do this?
That's like some Gary Whitta stuff right there.
It is.
Y'all
Y'all don't even know how comfortable I am.
I'm like especially short today.
You are.
Like, what's going on here?
Pop
Like,
up.
what am I? How do you do it?
Stand up and then
I don't know how to do it. Hold on.
you pull that thing.
You pull that thing, and it goes up.
I don't know why it went up like that, but
It goes up real fast.
It does.
Mr. Yasmin says, Tim, are you surprised that Mamma Mia 2 has a Rotten Tomato score of 92%?
That's fucking
No, dude. Really? Looking at that trailer, I'm like, this is going to be a good movie. I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. It looks like a delight. And I don't think I've ever used that word to describe something.
Would you say "Here we go again"? My.
I wouldn't, because I haven't seen it yet. I cannot confirm nor deny.
All right. Pretty excited.
How are we
about
looking, Kev?
2 more minutes.
All right.
Sorry, I'm just getting everything posted to the...
Let's see. Somebody asked
You
what
got
shirt
nothing
I'm
to
wearing. This is
apologize for.
Killer Queen shirt.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Tell a story about this shirt.
Yeah, okay.
Jared walks in today and he's talking to me. I turn around and I go, holy shit, that's an amazing shirt. And what
So,
do you say?
I got this Killer Queen black shirt, and I'm like, oh yeah, they sent us a bunch of shirts. I put this one on to wear today, and then forgot to bring all y'all's.
You son of a
So I put it on this morning, and I was like, I'm going to bring all the shirts in. They mailed to my house. And I put them next to my backpack and did not bring them. So I kept the shirt on, wore it here, and then
Just to
walked
rub
in.
it in my face.
Then immediately asked you if I could have this, and you gave me like that. So it's pretty fair. I think
That's the only thing
it's
you
about
requested
right.
from the Amazon stream.
It is. Well, yeah, but
that's
pretty,
that's your pay for the month.
that's fair.
Did you ask him if he could have it?
I think
Huh?
he asked you, right?
Well, actually, I asked originally. I was going to ask Greg on here, but then Kevin came running over and picked it up, and I was like, "Mine!" And then Kevin goes and asked Tim for it. Like he's like, "Jared, can Jared have this?" And that was very sweet of him. But I was going to make a whole big thing about it on here, which I've kind of done anyway.
Breaking news
Yeah.
from a potential sponsor
Okay.
that we're going to have. Third Love
Third Love.
is going to send us things to see if we fuck with them.
What is Third Love?
Third Love is a bra company.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I'm
I
like-
definitely need some support.
But I'm like, I'll take it if they're like, we'll get them. We'll see if we like them. But I don't know if they're wise in their choice of our
What?
content. I know we got the ladies in the chat.
There are people watching right now that have titties and they need titty holders. All right.
You're right, Greg. We're gonna need you guys to fucking help us. But I love this. Like I've never seen them specifically call out who is supposed to get the samples they send. Kind of Funny Games Daily, wife/girlfriend of Tim Gettys. Kind of Funny Games Daily, wife/girlfriend of Greg Miller.
Nice.
Kind of Funny Morning Show, wife/girlfriend of Nick Scarpino. Kind of Funny Games Daily, Andrea Renee. So that should be fun.
Hey, John Dyson or Dizon, what's his Twitter handle?
John Dizon _, please.
Ah.
We gotta have a conversation with him about that.
No, it didn't work. That's Backstabbers Dizon.
Brianna Harami says, I volunteer as tribute.
Audience, you have to know what's John Dizon or Dizon's Twitter handle. He made this shirt. We think. We're pretty sure. He did? Okay, good.
He did.
Sorry, it all happens very fast.
That's a nice shirt. I like it. I approve.
Okay, I'm gonna
We're good?
grab Cool Break and you guys will. Cool Break.
Hola.
Bonjour, mon beau. You're on the pre-show for the Kind of Funny Gamescast. How are you?
Oh, hi. I'm good. How are you?
Good. You're being streamed to the patrons right now, or they're watching later on patreon.com. So, it appears we have a potential sponsorship coming through, and I want to know if you're game for it, all right?
Okay.
It apparently, a company that makes bras,
Third Love.
Third Love, wants to sponsor us. So I will have
Oh,
to...
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
well-
I'll do it. No, I keep getting their sponsored ads on Instagram all the time, and I've been meaning
Perfect.
to try
Next time
it.
you see
Sure.
one, click on it and find bras you like.
Next time you see... Okay, cool. And then, of course, as part of the deal, I'll have to come home and photograph you in these bras.
Yeah!
I don't
Are
think
these,
that's part of the deal.
Like for our personal, like.
Exactly. I just want to make sure I can have firsthand accounts of it, and if I need to look at these to remind myself.
Okay.
And then
Works
maybe a
for me.
second hand, you know what I mean?
All right, this is dirty. We'll talk to you later. I love you.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
This is the Kind of Funny Lear cast.
Lear was a useless move. I'm just going to put it out
Nobody
there.
seems to have John Dyson's Twitter handle in the chat.
Mike says, what are the first two loves? That's a very solid
That's a great question, actually.
Yeah, it's John Dyson _. I'm looking at it right
Oh, John.
The
You
first
said
two
John
loves?
_ Dyson.
Third Love is the name of
Okay.
the
Right,
bra
so the
company.
first
We
two
haven't recorded.
loves
I mean, I could just
Okay,
look it up.
go ahead and do
Pasta?
it. I don't care.
and
You
Sam
can't be
Elliott.
tagged in
I'm
photos.
going to
That's
say
on
it's
him.
booby number 1, booby number 2, and then the bra is the third love to complete the trifecta. You hear this, Nick?
What's up?
Danielle's getting some bras.
What?
Danielle's getting some bras for Third Love. From Third Love. It's a sponsor.
Somebody, they want to sponsor us, this bra company.
Yeah,
So we need to take these bras home and put them on your wife.
that's fine.
Okay.
That's fun.
I've said before, I'll say it again. I am fine instituting a fourth policy in this office called wipe swap.
Nope, get out. Get out. You're done. No, Nick. Out.
Is it a show we put on the YouTube where it's like ABC Wife
More
Swap?
details.
Just
Because like,
Nope.
because if you make it a show, it's not creepy.
There we go.
Are we ready to go?
Sorry.
Okay.
we get it's a working
He
title.
sneaked back in there. I don't know what he sneaked.
I don't know. We could also call it Guess Who.
You need to keep a crossbow under this desk. Just,
Guess.
What? How did I ask for it?
You said it with your eyes.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I did do that.
To be fair, you ask for people when you laugh. You ask for the next one to come.
We're encouraging.
All right, let's do the Kind of Funny Games.
we possibly damage our reputations anymore. The next
did
2
you
minutes.
pick one of the songs for?
Did.
Okay. Do I have to do anything, or am I playing
sent it
it?
to him.
songs?
Does he know all about it?
What's going on?
You know about the song, right? No. Kevin!
The God, how did I forget his name again? The guy for your game,
Yeah.
Mobile Gamer Bullshit.
Yeah.
Took our feedback and then upped my vocals and brought down the music. and
Oh,
slowed
it's
it
a
down
remix.
bit. Yeah.
It's
Well,
a
it's just
remix.
tweaked.
Music?
Oh shit. Sorry.
It's like when Drake edits one of his albums and like puts it back out again.
Yeah, dude. The Endless Remix. No. It's towards the end of the show, but
Rather than run through this, then you know. What I mean?
yeah.
Can't remember who it was put the tweet out the other day about like at this point Drake has patch notes for his albums.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
They do exist. I've seen them.
Dr. Ake, man, you saw you dropped fucking Young Money Cash Money.
Really?
First time, like what, 8
Yeah.
years? He's still not.
Wow. You draw marvelously straight lines.
Yeah.
All right, this is prepped and ready to go. You just have to tell School Greg to
Okay.
start it. I'm gonna
At some point, Cool Greg, I'm gonna say drop that fat beat, and then you get me to hit. Yeah.
Perfect. It's very loud.
Perfect.
Are we still live?
Yes.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't know there was a
Did the
card up
calling
right now.
of our wives about bras and wife swaps. Did that make you think those are stories we wouldn't share with the audience?
No, I just meant. I thought you were talking about the song. We might have gone off for a second.
No.
No. Okay.
No, we're not trying to surprise anybody on Patreon. They
No,
know
I
what's
just
coming.
saw the
Mobile
I
Gamer
saw the
bullshit
chat,
number
the chat
4.
disappeared, so I was like,
Oh, that's because we're getting ready now for the real
Yeah.
thing.
All right.
Game or bullshit. It's mobile
What's that?
game or bullshit.
I woke up at 4 a.m.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting until
Why?
I mean, I'm
Fell asleep.
I'm
Like,
ready to
last
go.
night, I woke up at 4 a.m. thinking about Donald Trump and
I have a
Kokomo.
surprise for the
No,
day.
do it.
Nobody's
No,
going
do
to
it.
I just
expect.
woke up mad.
Yeah.
You'll have
Yeah.
to see.
I had trouble going back to
Huh?
sleep. We had at like
Full
3:45, right at 4.
No,
or
it's
maybe
actually
it's 3 o'clock.
cooler than that.
We woke up to say goodbye to a house guest
Huh?
to get on the
Kind of.
to
You'll see.
fly out.
Oh, it's hard to get.
And so then I went back and I just laid around for a while.
I can't do that. Yeah. Well, here, you lean this way and I'll lean this way.
You lean on my back, I'll lean on yours. That way I don't sleep on the mud.
That's right.
My friend Curran works at a company called Twilio. I'm not exactly sure what they do. No, that's not true. I know what they do.
Is that a mobile game?
No, they
Is it mobile game?
they're the company that, you know, when like your bank texts you or when like Uber texts you and it's like we're on the way or whatever, and it's always like from a weird ass number that's only like 5 numbers. That's what his company does.
Gotcha.
It's some boring ass bullshit, but they just got a killer queen machine in their lobby.
Oh my fucking god,
Yeah.
dope.
So I'm like, that's
That's
fucking
nice.
cool.
That's
One day
peak
we'll
Silicon
one day
Valley
we'll
right
one day
there.
we'll
Exactly.
have enough employees that we could do that.
All right, we good? Yeah, get him. I can Kevin, man. You gotta love Kevin, but you also gotta
hate him.
just appreciate that it's always 10 things at once.
Kevin's great. I love his California shirt with all the bears on it.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna go.
This is a very well-designed scorecard.
I'm ready, man.
I'm really impressed.
This is one of the things you'll be able to get on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames one day when I do the fan mail tier. That's all my things. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny Game.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode 179 of the Kind of Funny Gamescast. As always, I'm Tim Gettys, joined by one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
Reach in your back pocket, get the sling ring. Whack, whack, whack.
And joining us as always, Jared Petty.
disgrace to be here.
Yeah. Oh man, we had quite the pre-show. Every so often, I'll say this episode is worth the $1.
Yeah.
I will let you know that this pre-show worth the $1 to watch live. You can go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames for just $1 a month. You can watch 4 or 5 episodes live, depending on
You
how
can,
many weeks
I mean, you
are
can
in
just
the
get
month.
them early. You know what I mean? You go to Friday, you get them early there.
That's the other thing too, for a little bit more cash. And yeah, is it going to be worth the $5 or $10, depending on if you want to get audio or video early? Yeah.
Well,
totally
we don't
this
put the
week.
pre-show on the audio version, right? So it's
You're
just
right,
the $10.
but if you just want to get it early,
It's just
this is
confusing the
gonna
way we
be-
do it.
I will
Just give
counter
us your
that,
fucking money.
that statement by saying I would give you $1 to be digitally removed from this particular
Yeah.
pre-show.
Listen,
Yeah.
here's the thing about Jared Petty. Everyone in the industry knows him as the nicest guy. Like, people were aghast when you cursed that one time on Games Daily. Like, there's
Cursed?
Reddit threads about it. Yeah.
Wait, I was reading a quote. That's different.
No, you cursed naturally once on that show.
Did I?
Yeah, but it
Okay.
never was like, oh,
You don't curse?
Not on shows, not often.
we are going to make sure we ruin your reputation. We're going to bring you down. We don't want you to bring us up as kind of funny. We want to bring you down and show you the underbelly of it and like show you these are the rats we eat to live.
We did the Amazon Day live stream yesterday as of recording this episode. And I told the guys before we go in, I was like, look, we're not allowed to swear, but like they're being like, hey, just watch your language, be aware or whatever. And I'm like, totally cool. So guys, let's just try our best. We did not go 5 minutes without Andy saying fuck.
Yeah.
And then
Andy's
going.
the worst cover up I've ever seen.
Ever, of all
Andy was
time.
like, fuck, and I just, well, hey, ho, ho. Like, wait, what? No, that doesn't stop it at all.
This is the Kind of Funny Games cast each and every week right here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. We get together, talk about video games, all the things that we love about them. Like I said earlier, you can get the show early on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. You can watch it live. You can watch the video early. You can listen to the audio early, and you can listen to the Q&A that we do every month The
Ask Kinda Funny Gamescast, anything.
You can listen to that for just $1 a month. If you want to ask us questions that we'll answer, that's $15. The $15 tier, that gets you a whole bunch.
That
of
gets you a whole bunch of- you can see all the
party
pre-shows.
mode, which is wow, what a hit show we have. And by hit, I mean it's really good.
Party mode's awesome.
Doesn't
This-
get enough
when this
views.
publishes on youtube.com/kindafunnygames, it will be Party Mode Week. And you might say, what does that mean? It means we are going to pimp Party Mode very hard.
Pimpin' Party
Our
Mode.
local multiplayer show that we're incredibly proud of, that we think Andy does an amazing job editing, that has all sorts of jokes and clip arts and all sorts of like live
arts.
action. He does.
Wow.
Well, I
We
mean,
got
it's
that
like
clip art.
we've done Let's Play since we started, and I think a lot of people just assume this is our new Let's Play series, when in reality it's a highly produced, edited, fun.
Oh, it's really well produced.
Yeah.
Have you run the Rocket League one yet?
yeah. Well, I
Okay.
mean, it's up
By this time, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lovely episode.
Yeah, no, that'll be up. Well, not for you watching live, but by the people,
Everyone else,
Yeah,
it'll
when it
be
gets
live.
there, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Go
I'm
check
checking
it out.
I caused the time
No, it's
paradox
fine.
there.
So yeah, we're gonna be
man,
pimping out
here.
the top 10, I think, on Twitter. So go to twitter.com/kindafunnyvids. Check them out there. Joey, don't forget.
Joey won't forget.
No, Joe did.
Just like
Joe
I'll
didn't
never
forget.
forget our Patreon producers, Tom Bach and Eric Heights, the men, the myth, the legends. I appreciate you guys both very, very, very much. How you guys doing?
I'm good.
I'm in a good mood. I was in kind of like a shitty mood because this morning there's just a lot going on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then now that I'm here, now that we're just talking, now that pre-show kind of warmed me up,
Yeah.
got me loose and goosey.
Primed the pump.
It primed the pump, Greg.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm feeling good. And I want to talk about video games. I want to start with you, Greg. I want some updates.
Okay.
On some games you've been playing.
I've been boring. That's
boring?
the thing.
Boring?
Like for the time warp people watching later, and maybe even the next Monday or whatever. We're recording this the Tuesday when we usually record on Thursdays.
Right.
Yeah.
We're recording on Tuesday because as soon as this ends, run to the airport, fly to Los Angeles, film something amazing tomorrow that I don't know if I can talk about yet. I keep waiting to find out if I do. Have I told you what it is?
No. No, I'm very excited.
it's one of the coolest things we've ever got to do.
100%. Then I will take a train to Comic-Con and meet you guys, and then we are at Comic-Con doing a million things.
Hell yeah.
Wow. So our schedule very abbreviated this week. So in terms of what I've played since we last recorded on Thursday, not that much because Octopath Traveller is fucking awesome,
Yeah.
and Fortnite Season 5 is fucking awesome.
I just want a quick update. So you don't need to go too long.
Sure.
Fortnite Season 5. How's it treating you?
Excellent. Like I know people want me to play other games and finish other games and do all this stuff, and I'm having so much fun with that game, and it's so awesome to have a game we're all playing and being a part of, whether it is that we're doing it on stream like we did yesterday on the Amazon stream, or we're just playing in the back room, or we're at home playing. Like, Kevin, I just jumped on and was trying to get here's the thing about Fortnite, where this season 5, right, is my first full season where I'm all in, right? I joined when Switch dropped at E3, so I was already had 30 days, if not less than that, to play through the last season. This is the first one where I'm just all in on the game in the way that I didn't think I would be, of all right, cool, well, fuck, no one's online. I'm running through. I've gotten a couple wins. I've gotten a couple losses here, but I'm playing solo. Fuck it, let's just do the challenges. And so now I'm actually going out there, and I was running around collecting all the lightning bolts, and I was looking up the treasure maps on where the treasure. You know what I mean? All the super nerdy stuff that I was ignoring for a long time of just whatever. And now it's well, fuck, I'm getting really close to this next thing in the battle tier, so I need to get that. So I'm going to go in and I'm just running around and actually using the systems they've put in there that once again are making, we've talked about before, making me play the game differently. Where I think, my strategy is usually when I'm just playing to win, drop, wherever the line is, go out to a far away point, drop, try to get good stuff, and then move my way in. Which whenever I put up a video or on Twitter of me winning, or an Instagram video of me winning, everybody's like, oh my God, you only had 3 kills? Because usually you see these videos amazing people with 11. And I'm like, well, the way I play, it just gets down to I really don't see action until then. But again, the brilliance of the way they use the daily challenges to make you play a game differently, the brilliance of what achievements started as, it is me. Fuck, well, there's a lightning bolt over there, so I'm running to a different area. I'm running in different things. It was get 3 kills in one of the places. I forget now. I got it. But I dropped in there, and I was like, all right, cool. This is going to take a lot of attempts. Got all 3 in the first thing, and that was wow, what a confidence booster, number one. And then secondly, oh, this is how people are ending the game with 11 kills, and it's just a different strategy than how. So it's I'm learning how to strategize differently. To get the lightning bolts, you have to build, so I'm learning how to build in a different way.
So it's teaching you to play without tutorializing,
Exactly.
which is living the dream.
And that's such a brilliant gameplay thing. You know what I mean? The game, Fortnite, I'm surprised because we all know how super popular it is, right? Even before I was playing, I was reading about it on Games Daily and talking about all these different things. I knew it was super popular, but I'd never paid attention since I wasn't talking about it, of just the wave of hate it also gets, of people who are just sick of it and don't want to hear about it, right? The game, think gets enough credit publicly for stuff like this. All these smart little choices they're making inside that are actually, wow, there's a lot to this free to play game that, I've already put this season. I put $35 in, right? Because I bought the $25 pass, and then I bought the superhero costume. And meanwhile, Nick's playing right next to me in default everything, and just hasn't put one dime in, but has played just as much as me. Like, it's a neat little ecosystem. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm having a great time.
Mad respect to Nick for not putting any money in and walking around in the
He's getting close to
clothing.
falling because he was asking yesterday on it. But like, it's just like it's different strokes, right? Again, for me, it is very much. I realize the privileged position I'm in the industry. I get a lot of games for free. If like I was looking at my Switch clock, right, and it's like I think a couple days ago, so I'm probably 50 hours into Fortnite right now on the Switch.
Yeah,
and it's just like at that point I'm like, yep, you deserve money. You deserve these things. And like I bought the costume after they said they were going to give more people money.
It's the Dota League mentality. It's going to church and tithing. I like what I get here, so I'm just going to give you money now because
exactly. It's what people do with kind of funny on Patreon, right?
Absolutely. Or exactly. The other thing I wanted to ask you, for you looking toward the fall.
Yeah.
When's it going to end, Greg?
That's a great question. Do you want to save that? Because I think that's your topic of the show.
Save that for later in the show. But give me your update on Project or Octopath Traveller.
Octopath Traveller, still going through that and still just so in love with it. The thing I think I'm most excited for in the immediate future, I shouldn't say that. In gaming, the immediate future is the flight that I'm taking here. I'm just like, an hour and a half, a couple hours at the airport too, just playing Octopath, right?
Yeah.
Where I won't be distracted by Fortnite. The internet's not gonna be good enough. And then going from LA to San Diego, I'm taking the train. And it's like a 3-hour train ride where they have a bar cart where I can just get a drink and sit there and play Octopath. Octopath is I've seen somebody else do it, so this isn't me coining this, not that it matter, but it is such comfort food. It is just like, I'm just sitting there, and I took
a lot to do.
Yeah.
I took time off, not like egregious, obviously, but I think from when we spoke even when we were getting around talking last time, it was the plane ride and that weekend, and I hadn't been playing it through the week leading up to Gamescast. And then, jumping in over the weekend, we had a friend in town for Jen, so they were catching up on Sharp Objects. And so to sit there with it muted and just run through and kind of grind on a few things and beat some bosses and then move on, it was just like, yeah, this is what this game is.
That's something that the best JRPGs, I think, all have in common, is that comfort food feeling. I think that's... People sometimes look at the silliness or the tropiness and think, why would anybody want to be a part of that? But Octopath seems to fit into that pantheon of things like Suikoden 2, Dragon Quest V, Final Fantasy V and 6, where you go in and you feel a sense of familiarity that builds, and it just continues to snowball as you play. The more you play Octopath, the more you like it.
Yeah, that's the thing. The deeper I get into it, the more I care about the characters, the more I care about the storylines, the more I care about the next abilities I'm going to unlock. And it is that thing of, oh man, this boss just took me to the limit. Like I was 10 hours last week, so I don't even know what my clock's at now. 12, 13 maybe. Again, I haven't played that much since Thursday. But I finally ran into a boss where I was like, I died. And I was like, fuck. And I came back and I was like, all right, started using my items, do my things, beat them. And it was then to, all right, cool, people have leveled up, and to go unlock their next passive ability, which, that's going to help me do this. It was like, yeah, you can just see how it's going to keep going and going and going.
Do you think you'll go back and revisit things like Chrono Trigger now when you finish this?
No, I don't. I've tried with Chrono Trigger. I picked it up as a PS1 classic on Vita a while back on some trip.
Well, that was your first mistake. Don't play the PS1 version. It's terrible.
And but I mean, that was what was available to me, right? And like that's where this all comes down to, is what the ease of it is. And for me, it's more, I don't think I'm going to finish Octopath and feel like, man, I need to jump into another one like this right away.
Yeah.
This is such a outlier for me. This is not my traditional style of game in terms of visuals, in terms of just, if it's not Persona, a JRPG that I want to go like this. But I feel like it hit, blessed to be the fruit. It hit right at the moment of, hey, this is not a quiet time, obviously. There's a million other games I'm ignoring for Fortnite and Octopath. But like, hey, Spider-Man's not here. You don't have to worry about this. And hey, you're on the road like fucking forever. And here, the biggest thing about where I am right now with gaming that I know I don't need to say, and I've said before, but it's something I think you kind of forget like a dream. How fucking great is the Nintendo Switch? You know what I mean? Like, this thing is such a phenomenal fucking system, especially now that I'm using it in both modes, where it is that I'm playing it as a handheld, and then I am coming home and fucking plugging it in and going. And like, Kevin joined me on Saturday. I was running around doing solo stuff. Won a game, no big deal. And then Kevin was like, hey, you want to do duos? And I was like, sure. And I jumped in, and it was that thing of, he had the little controller next to him. Like, are you playing on Xbox? And he's like, yeah, man, I'm playing on, and we're just sitting there talking through the games, voice chatting through the games. And it was just like, he's like, man, you know, he's like, it runs noticeably better. It looks way better here. I'm like, I get that, but I'm so happy being in one ecosystem with the Switch, where, and it's until X and Y and A and B being in their spots are second nature for me, and I don't have to sometimes look down, which I don't have to do in Fortnite, but like other games or whatever. Like, I just can't get over how much I'm enjoying this system, how much stoked I am to look ahead at PAX, like to peel back the curtain a little bit. Like, I'm doing the Inner Sight Championship tournament or whatever for that Per Schneider Cup we made, right? You're in it. Like, I'm just bringing the Switch. Right, because it's loaded with amazing multiplayer games.
So
we're doing this Skybound stream on Friday at Comic-Con. I'm just bringing the Switch, and we're just plugging into the dock.
And we'll figure out what we play there, because there was so many options. I obviously, we don't need to beat the drum. The Switch is awesome. I love it, and I love even just like the older games just being ported. Like Crash Bandicoot's a perfect example. Like, now that's on Switch, I'm like, I'm playing through it again, and it's like I don't have that need to like beat it in one weekend, but it's just like, it's there for me. I'm just going to go levels by levels and play through all 3 games.
It's almost the reverse. People are always searching for that set-top box. I mean, literally since the late 80s, people have been trying to create that one integrated place you go for all your entertainment, and it's going to be in your living room. And instead, what Nintendo did was, well, actually, what if we created one integrated place where you go for all your gaming that you can take everywhere? That's a vastly different philosophy than anybody's ever actually managed to wrap up in something and really put marketing muscle behind. It still boggles me to think back only a little more than a year ago when we were all convinced this thing was going to fail. And the fact that it came out the doors and kicked our butts up over our shoulders and has changed the way we play games forever, I think.
I mean, it's just like another great example of it, right? It was like, I'm going to LA tonight, right? I'm going to stay with Scott Lowe and Cindy. And Scott hit me up and he's like, so when are you coming? I'm like, all right, get in here. I'm like, I laid down. I'm like, I land at 7 or whatever it is. We'll go to dinner. We'll come back and play Fortnite on Switch. He's like, I like the way you think. Like, you know what I mean? Of like, it is like that, and not that couldn't exist elsewhere, but if I was solely playing on PlayStation 4, unless I wanted to pack a gaming laptop and figure this out, and blah, 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 it's just like, no, here's my device and everything I want, and if I do want to play by myself, I have these games, and if I do want to play with other people, I can, and I'm like, do I bring the Ojo and project it on the wall instead of playing in handheld?
I mean, there's just a lot of options with it, and again, it's not perfect. Like, I do wish that there was a version of the dock that was official, that was more of just like an HDMI fix. But going back to what you're saying about the set-top box and all that, I feel like portably, when you have the Switch and your phone, like your smart device, like you're kind of just set to do anything that you need to do. Because like I like so many people are like, oh, when's the Switch gonna get Netflix? Who the fuck cares? Like, I think that's a stupid, useless thing for that system to have, because it's like you have so many other places.
Everything runs Netflix, right?
Has, and it's like, that's at this point, that's not a privilege thing. Like if you have a Switch and you're expecting Netflix on it, it's like, I guarantee there's some other device that you have that can play Netflix.
I like the purity of it. That it is a game machine. You know what I mean?
It's great.
I think it's. I always laugh. It always cracks me up when I post something to Twitter from it, and it's like, cool. If you want to see this post, go check on a PC or something, because you can't fucking see it here. Like that's comical that there isn't a browser. But again, I mean, Vita had all that shit, and I never used it for that. Right?
When PSP
I
first
used the
came
Twitter
out,
app. I guess
I was beside myself in excitement for the browser to come out and for the video capabilities and for all of that shit. And I loved it, and I used the hell out of it. Why? Smartphones didn't exist yet, right? And once I got my iPod Touch, never used my PSP for those functions again, right? And it's like, now that the phones are just in our pockets at all times, when you combine that with the Switch, you just have everything.
I like to steal smart things that Jeremy Parrish says, because he's a really smart guy. One of his go-tos for Nintendo is that they are kind of the kings of good enough. Nintendo understands how to create something that does one thing really well at an affordable price. And that goes all the way back to the Game Boy. And it's continued through. You look at something even like the GameCube, which actually made a lot of money despite not selling as well as it could have. Very dedicated game machine at a time when everybody was branching out. They focused on, let's make it affordable, let's make it easy to program for, let's make it game-centric. The Switch is the ultimate realization of that design philosophy for Nintendo. And you mentioned the word purity. I really do feel like it's just, they know us. They're really good at telling us what we want, but we sometimes get this idea that Nintendo doesn't listen. I don't know if that's a popular media thing that comes from some of their bizarre decisions.
Well, it's always their online stuff, right?
Yeah,
This is how it-
but yet it's very obvious that they understood things that we wanted that maybe we didn't realize we wanted when they invented this.
The biggest thing about it is I know I turn it on and I see all these other games there, right? Of like the stuff I should be playing. I still haven't started Hollow Knight. I have no idea if it's good.
We'll talk about that in a sec.
Okay. Good. I didn't know that. That was not a lead-in.
But
Oh, really?
Yeah, no. But speaking of that, like, well, you just get stuck playing games that are just there because you enjoy them, which is a great problem to have.
Yeah, I know, right?
I got back into Sonic Mania because
right.
Sonic Mania Plus came out.
Yeah.
Sonic Mania Plus is a physical version of Sonic Mania with a bunch of different added stuff. You can also get, I think it's a $5 DLC download if you own the original game. It's on all the consoles. I've been playing it on Switch, and it's just like, I loved Sonic Mania. It's the best Sonic game ever made. I still stand by that. And the Sonic Mania Plus is like, it gives me enough fun to come back to and want to do it again. There's an encore mode where it adds Angel Island Zone, which is just like, it's this fun little thing where like just the people that make this game, I've said it a million times, they just really care about what people that like 2D Sonic games give a fuck about.
Okay.
And like they go back and they tap into the nostalgia in the right ways while also improving it and modernizing it, not fully, but enough to make it like not just look and sound like a Sonic game, but to feel like one and to have all of the things that we love about it. And Encore mode is great because it takes the same levels from Sonic Mania and it just palette swaps the levels so they look different. And it just moves things around. It's not so much like full new layouts, and some of them are a lot more similar, but just where enemies are is different, and like certain paths and stuff, there's like more hidden stuff. And there's 2 new characters you can play as, Mighty and Ray, and they both have unique abilities, just like Tails and Knuckles and Sonic. But Ray, the flying squirrel, he kind of has a Mario World cape functionality where you can kind of fly and do the like get the control it really well when you get good at it, and you can kind of fly through levels, and it's super fast, like even faster than Sonic it feels like, because you're also getting that vertical momentum.
Fun.
And it's just like, it's fun. And again, it goes back to, it's like this character was designed understanding how Sonic, the momentum of Sonic is important, Sonic games is important, and using the ramps and stuff to launch yourself out and then fly and do stuff. It's like, that's cool and it's fun.
I like Sonic Mania. Should I go back and buy Plus? Do you think it's worth it?
For the $5, yes. Yeah, as an upgrade, definitely worth it. If you were buying a separate copy, this is not worth buying again. There's not that much, it's not too much new content. It's enough new content. And also, it kind of feels like a lot of the criticisms I had of Sonic Mania last time around were that it felt unfinished in a couple ways. Most levels had intro animations, but not all of them. This one, all of them do. The bosses have better tells of how you need to attack them to damage them. And that wasn't a problem with every boss in the first game, but there was a couple that I'm like, this is kind of bullshit. I should have been able to know what I had to do instead of just trial and erroring it. But I just feel like it's just an improvement on the last game in pretty much every way. They added a 4-player split screen that I didn't get to try out. Can't imagine that's too good. But I didn't.
Turns out you're missing out on the secret best mode.
I was gonna say, like, you say that, but like if they put 10 or 11 care and everything else,
maybe. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's more of a throwback to the old 2-player, like just kind of race through the level thing. And like, I had fun when I was a dumb little kid playing that, but like, by no means.
Now you're a dumb old man.
I'm a dumbass old man. It's true. But there's new bonus levels in Encore that are inspired by Sonic Spinball, and it just when I did my review of Sonic Mania last year, so much of it was just about. Not only do the people making this game really care about Sonic, they really care about the history of Sega and the lineage of all the classic, like that sound effect. That matters to them. Like all those, it reminds me of how Smash Brothers treats Nintendo, like it's like a museum of Nintendo things.
Yeah.
Sonic Mania really feels like a museum of Sonic the Hedgehog and early Sega history.
No, I mean, there's been some criticism around the way Sega treated Sonic since the very beginning. When he was selling consoles. Yeah, exactly. He was selling consoles, and then he just sort of squeezed all the blood out of him and then wrung him like a washcloth to see what else they could get out, instead of celebrating their history. There are exceptions to that. Things like Sega Gaga, which never got here, unfortunately. So we never got to see that TLC for the company's properties that was presented in a game like that. But I do wonder, one thing about Sonic Mania that's jumped out at me is how successful has this been?
Very.
Did this work for them? Is there going to be a Sonic Mania 2?
So that's the thing is, it was definitely successful for them. I think that the fact that we're seeing this is kind of them trying to get a little bit more bang for their buck out of it. I think they're like, we can get more. And I also feel like they're like, look, we're not ready to make a whole new game yet, but there is enough things we can add to make this feel worthwhile. And like I said, this is such a kind of history moment, like nostalgia, like at its best thing for Sonic, that if another one were to happen, I think it would be entirely new levels. It wouldn't be revisiting old classics. And I don't know that we'll ever actually see that. I don't know that would be worth their time and investment.
That's what I wondered about, is if they were going to be willing to spend the money to actually build a whole new game and make it feel right. Because that's a pretty daunting challenge.
Yeah, and I something tells me that if they did, it wouldn't sell as well as this. Like them making this kind of remixed version that gives you a couple more classic stages, or at least inspired by classic stages. That is the right kind of business move, because it is just like, hey, all the things you do love, here it is. If we tried to make new stuff, even if the game was great, I don't think it would have the legs that the Mania seems to now.
Another question for both of you that came out of that 4-player split screen thing. I've been wondering about this ever since TVs got huge. I mean, we don't think about it now very much, but televisions have increased exponentially in size in a very short period of time. And most of us are still, I think, unless we're playing on PC, playing games on our TVs, especially when we're playing on a console. Has anybody made a game that takes advantage of the enormous size of a TV in 4-way split screen mode yet? Has there been a game you've played
like doing it in a different way?
Like being like, this screen is so big that we can actually project now 4 small televisions on your screen and make a playable game around this.
I think when I played Cart, I was talking to Andrea, I think, on Games Dealer, somebody maybe having a conversation, which is rare. That isn't filmed. But it was that thing I was like, I don't know, like 4-player split screen, I feel like exists so well in the indie market right now of us doing so much, and all the party mode games we end up playing and stuff. But like when you think of that, I always think of like how beautiful, Mario Kart does look split up.
I mean, Mario Kart is a great example. I honestly think that any modern first-person shooter that still has split screen does it very well. I remember obviously playing Halo and it being 4-player split screen, and it's just like it wasn't even widescreen, right?
Yeah,
it's just like 4 squares, and it kind of limits your view.
GoldenEye.
But playing, exactly.
Playing GoldenEye on a 30-inch or whatever.
But playing modern games, like the developers understand the real estate that they have, and like even when you're playing 2-player, like I like that it doesn't just split the screen in half. It does that thing where it kind of cuts off the letterboxes, the left and right side, because it wants to give you the right experience. And it's those little details, I think, go a long way in
Screen Sheet does a good job of splitting. I mean, that's the whole game, is splitting the screen into in 4 pieces and then making you look at other people's screens while you're playing on your own screen. You ever play Screen Sheet?
Never.
You should do it.
Do you know what it is?
No, never. I don't know anything about
everybody's
this.
invisible. So you pick your gun at the beginning, right? So you get a blunderbuss or whatever, and then everybody's running through in their things, and so you look at somebody else's screen, you see that they see the purple like carpet, and you're like, fuck, they're upstairs, and you run up there, and there's just like trying to find them.
I played a very similar game to this that was top down, but it had a different mechanic.
Oh, this is
really
FPS,
interesting.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, like
that
imagine
Party mode.
GoldenEye level layouts, but if every room was like all red, or one room was all blue, and everything's color based, so it's like you need to look at other people's.
You've got to cheat off of that. I love that. Sounds great.
It's a blast.
My favorite implementation of that I think I've ever played is Pac-Man Versus. Do you remember that the weird
GameCube one?
Yeah, the weird Miyamoto GameCube one. Like
one of their worst E3s of all time.
But a great game.
Great game, but like the fact that was their like, and one more thing.
Yeah, that was a terrible
guys.
presentation.
That was Reaction Guys 1, right?
Was it?
Wasn't it? Isn't that what they were responding to? Where they were all just sitting there and it was that ended on Pac-Man?
Yeah. Maybe. Great idea, though.
I'm looking at
it. As the ghost.
Uses the split screen really well, uses the second screen really well. I keep waiting for somebody to leverage big TVs in some creative new way. Like what you just described sounds like a good use of that. But there's got to be something else out there. I wonder what it'll be.
Yeah. And the final thing I want to say about...
was it 2003? For Pac-Man?
Pac-Man Versus?
That sounds right.
There you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is exactly.
Connectivity. That was the key word.
Over at Know Your Meme Origin.
Final
The photograph
Fantasy
of the
Crystal
4
Chronicles.
IGN reporters looking rather disinterested was originally taken during Nintendo's conference at E3 2003 Expo, where Nintendo CEO introduced Pac-Man Versus for GameCube.
Pac-Man Versus has a pretty good DS port. It has a Switch port, but you have to have 2 Switches to use the Versus.
There's an arcade version, too, that is really, really cool.
That's Pac-Man Battle Royale.
You're right.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is a little bit
100
different.
Pac-Man.
Different game.
Dropped into
very
a
good though.
maze.
Very good game.
Very good.
Actually, that game is available on Steam if you ever want to party mode it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that could be cool.
Yeah, that game's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Last thing I want to say about Sonic is the Encore mode with the added characters. It has a new feature where one of the power-ups is getting another one of the characters. So you have the two guys that you're going as, because normally it's like Sonic and Tails, right? In this, you get the whole cast of all 5 of the characters, and you can choose which one you want to join with you. And when one of your characters dies, you get to play as the other one, or you get to switch on the fly. And the levels, like the remix levels, are completely designed around that exploration and using their different powers to, like, Knuckles can climb the walls. So it's like you can switch to Knuckles, climb, find the secrets up there and all that. And they finally got rid of the 10-minute time limit for levels.
Okay.
So you can just explore. And it's like, oh man, just little things that I think
Sonic
are making
Fire-
a great game even better.
Sonic Fire and Ice used a lot of that mechanic, which is actually a pretty good game. Did you ever play that?
Is that the shitty DS RPG game?
Well, no. That's you're thinking of the BioWare one.
Yeah.
No, Fire and Ice was one of the last platformers before Sonic Mania, and it was a 3DS one, but it's the sequel to one of the really bad ones. I forget which
One
one.
of the Rush games?
Yeah,
nice.
but the last one of those is really good. Or not really good. but
Oh,
it's
you're
quite
talking
good.
about Sonic Boom.
Yes, yeah,
Sonic Boom,
but Fire
yeah.
and Ice, that last one.
yeah.
Well, I need a chili dog.
Anyway, that
That's
one
my
uses
Roger Craig Smith there,
that one
British
uses. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name. That one uses the exploratory mechanic quite well. I reviewed that when I still worked at IGN, and it's actually pretty good. So I'm glad to see him integrating that into this.
Earlier, Greg, you were talking about
Hi.
Hollow Knight.
That I see it and I'm like, I should play that, but
Yeah.
gotta play
Yeah.
Octopath.
Jared, you've been playing on.
I've been playing Hollow Knight. Yeah, people have been telling me for a long time, Jared, you got to play Hollow Knight. Jared, you got to play Hollow Knight. Well, it's on Switch, and I'm playing Hollow Knight on the Switch, and Holy Knight, shit, it's really good.
Almost there.
Yeah, it's really good.
Awesome.
It's marvelous. People have been making a big hubbub about it. Yes, it's beautiful. I love the cartoony style mixed with a kind of almost painting-like realism, a really beautifully realized world. But a lot of it is just that it is classic balls-to-the-wall Metroidvania done to practical perfection. It's really wonderful. When I say Metroidvania, you guys have played a lot of that kind of game before, right? Axiom
Yeah.
Verge type stuff, Cave Story.
I played about an hour of Hollow Knight on Steam when it came out last year, just because like the animation style and look of it just drew me in so much, and I love that stuff. I appreciate with the animation that it doesn't have that kind of cheap flash look that a lot of these style games have.
Yeah.
Like this, it has a very unique look that works. And also the immediate takeaway is, oh, it's Metroidvania, but when you play it, it kind of feels a bit more actiony as well. It has all the elements of a Metroidvania, but I feel like it's the character, the weight of the character, and the way he attacks and stuff. It feels very different than a Castlevania or Metroid.
It does. I'd say, if anything, he's not as floaty as he's not floaty at all. He's precise. That's one of the things I like most about him. Almost like a Mega Man level of precision.
That's probably the right. It feels like if Shovel Knight was a Metroidvania.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well encapsulated, my friend. And it's a lovely video game. I don't want to talk it to death, except to say that it's substantial. It's got some really clever mechanics. You kind of sort of leave your body or your soul behind when you die. So in Dark Souls style, you kind of retrieve your own corpse to get your money back.
So
and your other
it
stuff.
is like Shovel Knight
Yeah,
there,
in that
right? Of
regard, exactly.
Your money big.
But it's all exploratory. I do think it's kind of irritating that I have to buy map upgrades and stuff, but the ecosystem's really well balanced against it. It's hard. It's really hard. You're the cute little guy that pokes things with a little nail sword and finds cool stuff. I'm enamored by it. I can't wait
Cool.
to play it again.
All right.
So Greg, you'd love it, I think.
Okay, yeah. I have to
And
get to
then-
it.
The last game we're talking about today, Jared, Rain World.
Yeah, so I got a buddy at IGN, Chloe Rad, who is way smarter than I am, and occasionally is like, hey, Jared, you should play this game. Or I'll watch you playing a game, and they're like, what's that? Rain World apparently came out last year. I completely missed it. Rain World is a game where you play a little cat slug. I've never seen a cat slug till now, but
okay.
it's what happens when you
Whoa!
get you have a cat slug!
It was under me the whole time.
What?
Yeah.
It's cat slug!
Okay,
I didn't know
I
he was
remember
here.
the character.
I
Yeah.
told you I had a surprise, Cool Greg. I've been
Love it.
sitting on that fucker the whole time.
I am not. I was going to reach out and hug cat slug, but he's been into your butt, so I'm not going to
He
now.
has some camo on him.
Oh, look at that. He's so adorable. Little cat slug. Yeah, so Rain World is a game where you are almost powerless.
Okay, great.
You're this thing, and you're in this immense, hungry ecosystem. You have things that you eat to stay alive, and there are things around you that want to eat to stay alive. And that's kind of what the game's about. You're exploring this vast labyrinthine area, but you're extraordinarily vulnerable.
Okay.
And it's not like, oh, this game's hard. It's like, oh, this game is deliberately unfair.
It can kill me at any turn.
It can kill me at any turn, and the enemies appear to be randomized, near as I can tell.
Great.
So it really is kind of like, it's almost like a simulation. It's like, hey, if you were a weak little animal in a hungry world, this is what life would be like. That has strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
The strengths are that it's unlike anything else in some very positive, interesting ways. It really does. It's scary. It's genuinely scary, especially because there's a progression system. And if you screw up, it knocks you back down. And there's this threat. Every now and then it starts raining, and you're not quite sure when that's going to happen. And if you are not under very special cover, when rain happens, you'll melt because you're a slug.
You're a slug, man.
And so
rain.
you've got to run, and everything on Earth is trying to eat you, and you can starve to death, and there's just all this horrible stuff going on, but it's really tense. The bad side is it is not particularly interested in your comfort. It is a harsh game. It's not brutal in the sense we use when we talk about a brutal platformer or Dark Souls brutal difficulty. It is brutal in that it is like nature. And it is arbitrary and awful sometimes. And you scream and throw your controller, as I was doing yesterday.
Okay.
But it's quite unlike anything else. The best way I can put it is sometimes it's not fun.
It has, a real Blade Runner vibe to it. I played it at PAX.
Yeah, there's
last year, I want to say. But it has a Blade Runner vibe where it, like, especially the look of it. And even the way that it feels, it is very dark.
It is.
And the character, I mean, I know he looks like a cute little dude. In gameplay form, like it's a pixelated game that kind of looks like if Panda Musk made a really dark Blade Runner video game about a slug creature that lived in the sewers of Blade Runner. And like that is what fucking Rain World is.
Yeah, I that's a perfect description. Did you enjoy it when you played it?
I did, but it was the same thing what you're talking about, where it's like it kind of just felt unsettling. Even like I don't like the way he moves.
Oh no,
know?
He's weird. He's so fluid. God, the animation is
It's
gorgeous.
but it's very different. Like it's a very stark contrast to something like Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Where when you're playing Hollow Knight, you feel powerful. And like you said, you don't feel powerful as this dude.
And you never will. This is a game about you don't just feel powerless. You are practically powerless.
It's like the difference between when you're Pac-Man and you're kind of in the corner and all the ghosts are coming at you versus when you have the power pellet.
Yeah,
that's Hollow Knight.
Yeah, that's how this feels. So it's I'm playing on Steam. It's on PS4 as well. I recommend it if you're looking for something a little different. I can't promise you that you're going to get like enamored by it because it is arbitrarily difficult at times. Yeah, it's obtuse. They don't tell you anything that's going on.
Okay.
I frankly, I understand purists are going to scream at me, but in my opinion, go and read the first few lines of a fact so you can learn how eating and how hibernation rooms work and that stuff. There's plenty of spoilers you're not going to get ruined for you if you do that, because otherwise it literally doesn't
Just give you a leg up. So
it doesn't explain the
basics.
save and gating system. You're supposed to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that part.
No, thank you.
That's it.
Fine. Well, you're still in charge of the show. I mean, you can say that's it, but we don't know what happens next. You're in charge.
We're pretty
Now it's time for the topic of the show. Every game coming out in 2018 past this point. Oh, I'm going to go through. We're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about our hype levels.
Are we going to prognosticate?
We're going to motherfucking gnosticate.
Wow.
This will answer the question of how long does
Fortnite last.
and Octopath, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Octopath's
You
got
gotta beat
legs.
Octopath, though.
Octopath's got 8 legs.
Ayo! I think
Hey,
Octopath
right.
has legs based on the fact that it's Switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, and again, I mean, like, we're taking a trip to London, right? We're going to RTX London. That's a fucking flight. And if they have a power outlet on that, you best fucking believe that I'll just fucking plug right in and go.
So you got that flight to London and that flight back.
Yeah, exactly.
Both ways. And that's
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
from here, London's what, about 8, 9?
16, I think is what it said,
For
right?
London?
15? Yeah. We figure it's 6 to New York, and then it's, what, another 6 or 8 from there.
I think I did a straight shot last time I went to London, but I don't remember how long it took.
That's how long. Ours is straight, and I thought it said 15, but maybe I'm
Wow,
wrong.
maybe.
You're
No, I
right.
could just be forgetting.
You're right.
Dumb.
So we're at that point right now. We're in July. July 13th, Captain Toad came out. Octopath Traveler came out.
That's right.
We know about that. July 17th, Sonic Mania Plus came out. I'm loving it.
I need a chili
Having
dog.
time with Today is July 17th, the day that that game comes out. July 19th, Closed Nightmare comes out on the Switch and PS4. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you're literally going to go through every game.
Horror game. Yeah, there's not too much on this list.
Yeah,
it's
so this is like
you don't need time codes for the time codes to every game coming out in 2018. Yep.
Yeah, so like so this is the bigger stuff that's coming out.
This is everything coming out.
Bullshit.
But what do you mean?
You said there's not that many on the list. 30 games just came out today. I read them all on Kind of Funny Games Daily.
Yeah, you know what? Whatever.
You gonna tell me fucking Ice Cream is Ice Cream Surfer on there? Is Ice Cream Surfer on there? Because that shit came out today.
No, it's not.
Exactly.
Dude.
So we're going with the bigger games.
Maybe these are physical games.
How many Johnny Turbo games are on there?
Yeah, how many Johnny Turbo's games are
There's
there?
no Johnny Turbo games.
So,
Well, we know Johnny Turbo's going to release
there might be Johnny Turbo. I don't know.
He's going to release
Let's
17
just jump in.
games before
These
the
are
end
the
of the year.
bigger titles.
These are the titles that's featured on the Game Release 2018 list on Wikipedia.com.
There we
right.
go.
Yeah. Mega Man X Legacy Collection on every system.
All right.
You're excited about this.
Yeah.
That's coming July 24th.
Yeah, so the Mega Man X games, especially the early ones, are extraordinary examples of the evolution of platforming from 8 to 16-bit eras, and they really set the template for the next 10 years that followed after that. They're wonderful, fascinating, beautiful, and totally worth your time if you never played them.
I cannot wait to play them again. Mega Man X1 is my favorite Mega Man game.
That's your favorite of all?
The classic Mega Man games, I get it, and there's a lot that I love about them, but they are not for me. Mega Man X is for me.
What is the difference? Because Mega Man Classic has never clicked with me. I've never played a Mega Man X.
Mega Man X, you should give a shot then.
Okay.
It's a very different feeling game. It's trying to find the right way to explain it. It feels a bit. It's the difference between playing Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario World.
That's a very good comparison. You're slightly larger characters. So what they've done is they've retooled the screen size and the number of characters on screen and the size of those characters to make sure that everything stays balanced. But instead of balancing it toward feeling just like old Mega Man, they balance it toward a feeling of being more agile, having more verticality, more speed. You just really quick reactions. You feel very powerful. The charge shot is easier to use and more potent, and you'll use it more than your special weapons. You have other power-up abilities that can allow you to kind of tweak the character and the difficulty of the game the way you like. You can wall jump. You can.
Interesting.
You've got a very powerful slide.
My problem with Mega Man always was I felt like he was too heavy.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of that. It's not about precision jumps. It's not about everything needs to be perfectly
Pixel perfect,
timed.
yeah.
It's not that at all. It is way more about being a fun action game.
Okay.
It's sloppier in a good way.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like me.
Yeah, I prefer the originals, but it's a masterpiece.
All right,
Absolutely.
cool. Well, fuck, maybe I will try that.
And it's really fucking cool. The music's really cool. You get power-ups that you get the Hadouken and
you really got to go to a lot of trouble to get the Hadouken. Also, it has giant robot animals. The bosses are all like giant evil animal robots. And those are fun.
No Man's Sky. July 24th on Xbox One.
Yeah, with the patches.
Yeah, did you go through? Did you look at the trailer today for the giant update?
Did not.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the game they've always promised.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's been 2 years of work to get to. Here's full-blown multiplayer. Here's the ability to jump into third person. Here's all these. There's a whole bunch of base build. Like, it's crazy the amount of stuff that I think it's Next is what they're calling that patch. No Man's Sky Next is adding. That'll be everywhere, and then obviously the Xbox game on its own too.
So for me, this is exciting because I liked No Man's Sky even with all its flaws.
Me too.
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah.
No Man's Sky buddies.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
No, Kevin too. Kevin and I, always were like, well, we had our expectations set correctly because we got to play it ahead of time. So we came in and got what we wanted. What I was talking about today on Games Daily is that I love this patch and I love this story because I do feel I counted them out. When everything went to shit at launch, I was like, they don't recover from this. Sean Murray cannot walk back on an E3 stage. Hello Games cannot put out another game. They need to either close down or make this right, and I think closing down will be what happens. And here we are 2 years later, and it's like the hubbub today around that trailer is great. I've seen tons of people who are like, I didn't play it before and I'm going to give it a shot. I saw Patrick Klepek be like, I was super critical at launch, but I'm super happy they're doing this and I can't wait. I mean, like, this seems like it has the makings of coming out and people being like, this is great. And people, not everybody obviously, but people who were burned coming back and trying to be like, all right, cool. And it seems like even another year from now, another 6 months from now, it has the possibility to be a really, really, really cool redemption story of like, hey, we bit off more than we chew and we fucked it up, but we put our head down for 2 years and we made it right.
And in the meantime, we got that video with that dinosaur in Jurassic Park and that harmonica.
Exactly. That's all we needed.
The Banner Saga 3 on pretty much everything.
Banner Saga's never grabbed me. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just haven't spent the time with it. It probably deserves.
Yeah, I was the same way where I got so much hullabaloo about it when it finally the first one came out, I think to Vita or PlayStation or wherever, and I played it. I was like, oh, okay, not for me. I see why people like this. That's fine.
Ease Memory of Calcetta.
Oh, that's
July 25th on Windows.
You said Ease.
So you're in?
Yeah.
Really? I
It's
didn't know
on
you were a big
Windows?
Ease guy.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, it makes sense, but
Falcom for life.
Okay.
Ease especially. They have some other good stuff too. Let's talk some Brandish someday.
Okay.
But Dark Revenant. But yeah, I love Ease stuff. So there are bad Ease games and there are great Ease games. I'm interested to see which one this is.
What do you think it's going to be? Memories of Calcetta.
This one I don't know enough to speak informed on which.
Why is it just coming out on Windows?
So Falcom doesn't actually develop a lot of their games in-house. Occasionally they do, but the PC stuff is usually made by them, and then it's ported to other platforms. Now that's become less and less that way as time's gone on. So this is probably, I'm guessing, an internal Falcom development one, because they are first and foremost a PC house and have been since the 80s.
July 26th, this one's for Andy. Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2.
you know
on the
he's been waiting for
PlayStation
more
4.
Gundams, and he's going to get his shot finally.
On the 27th, Go Vacation on the Switch. It's a sports game, I do not know.
I don't know that game.
Hello Neighbor coming out on the Switch, PS4, iOS, and Android. It's a stealth survival horror game. I've seen Funhouse do a Let's Play of this, and it looks pretty fun. Like we should do a party mode of it.
It'd be
looks
great
ridiculous.
if everything you just said, stealth survival horror, but it was like a knockoff of Mr. Rogers, like you were hiding from the murderous Mr. Rogers. That would be awesome.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah?
Like you're hiding from your neighbor who's trying to kill you.
Okay.
Is it Sneak King?
God,
No.
where is this
Then I'm
another
not
Sneak
interested.
King?
Where is Sneak
Where is
King?
another fucking Sneak King?
I was
Sneaking.
I was at IGN last week. On Barrett Courtney's desk, there is a sealed, like shrink wrapped copy of Sneak King sitting out there on his
Next
desk.
time you're there, open it.
Yeah, just to annoy him.
Just to annoy him.
Yep.
Get that Barrett Courtney fucker.
July 31st, Code of Princess EX on Nintendo Switch.
Nope, sorry.
There's a lot of these I have to look to you for, Jared.
Nope, I don't know anything about
Titan Quest on the Nintendo Switch.
Titan Quest. Is that the old Diablo like?
It's an action role-playing hack and slash.
Yeah, I think. Wow, really?
July 31st.
Okay, I didn't know that was happening. So, color me intrigued.
Yakuza 0, August 1st on Windows.
I mean, it's a Yakuza game, and therefore
People love
good.
Yakuza 0.
Yeah,
WarioWare Gold on 3DS.
this is very
On August
exciting for
3rd?
me. So,
Yeah?
all right. So forget. I know it's on the 3DS. Shout out 3DS for life. That's right. Thank you for that 3DS again.
Tim gave it to you. I didn't do nothing.
Thank you, Amazon.
If you're an audio
Thank you for
listener,
watching.
he's holding up the SNES 3DS.
The new
It's a
Nintendo 3DS
very,
XL.
very, very cool present to add to my 3DS collection. But WarioWare games are splendid and stellar, and I don't care what platform I'm playing them on. I assume they're going to come to phones someday, and that'll be a great place for them. They're wonderful on Wii, and they're going to be great on DS. And I'm sure there'll be a marvelous Switch one eventually as well. But
I hope so, man. I never got into the WarioWare games. The first
really?
one, the first one I actually played was the Wii version, and from all I read, that version wasn't the best.
the Wii version is okay until you get like 8 or 9 people in a room, because it has this hot potato one Wiimote mode that is the most fun I've ever had playing a party game. It's extraordinary because you only have one controller and you have to pass it immediately to the next person, and the games just keep getting faster and faster.
micro games.
And and you're all doing stupid things in front of. That's another great party mode kind of game. It's just people looking stupid
We do that all
around
the
each other and getting tickled. But yeah, WarioWare games really good.
August 7th, Dead Cells. Finally coming out.
yes.
Windows, Mac, Linux, Switch, PS4, and Xbox
This
One.
is not expound.
Oh my God. Cool, Greg. I need you to search Dead Cells.
I don't know Dead Cells.
DEAD.
It is a
CELLS.
Metroidvania roguelike.
There you go.
dope
Switch.
as
There you
fuck.
go. And then click on the early launch trailer there or whatever. Launch trailer on PS4.
How have I not played?
Third
Middle
thumbnail.
YouTube video.
There you go. That one right there. Perfect.
It's just already out on Steam.
Show some people to it. I don't think so.
No.
No. And
Windows.
I played it originally on Switch at PAX after seeing. Let it go. Let it go.
All right.
Let it play, cool, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
All right, here
can,
we
but
go.
if it's a
Yep.
Okay. Death is not the end. So look at this awesome
All right,
pixel
first
art,
that art's
right?
beautiful.
And so yeah, it's
Do
just
they
a
have this? Are they seeing this?
Wow.
It's fine.
Wow.
You're running through. It's a hack and slash, but it's like it's a roguelike, right? Where you're coming back. Isn't this right,
Okay, so-
Tim? Right.
yeah.
It's been so long since I've played it, but
So
I
kind of like geez.
Cougar can do it.
That's fine. Just keep Jared. Let Jared see. It's okay because it's
I'll
easier to
just-
show than tell. Because
Absolutely.
it reminded me of Rogue Legacy and Spelunky,
Yeah.
obviously, but then it's got
Looks
this
like
8-bit
Ike.
art style to it of running through. I forget. I'm sorry. I'm so rusty. Yeah, you unlock. So this is my big. It says on the trailer, unlock permanent upgrades. That was always my problem with playing ones of these the roguelikes that aren't Rogue Legacy. Rogue Legacy for me was exactly what I wanted, where I got further and then I came back and I was able to buy new things and feel like I was stronger. When they take that away from me in roguelikes, I don't like it.
That's why Sharon works so well, because it has a system for that too. And,
So
this one looks like it's built
running
the same
through
way.
and doing this, in Dead Cells it was awesome when I got to play it, and I'm totally all in. That's definitely a Switch game for me. One of the names I want to play.
Fucking cool.
How I can't play them all.
I know, right? No, that's the problem.
It's even
When
more,
is that
guys.
one? August?
August 7th.
August
Also
7th?
August 7th. Overcooked 2.
Yeah, I know. Are you fucking kidding me?
everything.
You fucking kidding me?
Yeah, let's go, man.
Yeah.
We did a party mode. You can go watch that. It's live. Yeah.
Patreon or youtube.com/kindoffunnygames.
That was a really fun one.
Overcooked 2, all in on to hope. I mean, I've yelled at them at Judges Week. I'm pretty sure it's going to have a platinum, but I don't think I have 100% confirmation on that. That's one I'll play on PlayStation 4. I'd like to just stream it. Like, let's just fucking try to platinum it. Me and Kevin here doing it.
They just named the platinum the Greg Miller special.
No, a lot of games should call it because they don't listen to me and then they don't.
August 9th, Layton's Mystery Journey Deluxe on the Switch.
Layton games are pretty good. I have never been super captivated by them.
Yeah, me too.
Really? I thought you would have.
I thought I would have too. They're charming and beautiful and smart, and a lot of it's just that I get mad at puzzle games, and they are adventure games, but Layton leans a little heavily into the puzzle stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not as great at that.
We got Monster Hunter World coming to PC August 9th.
Better late than never.
Okami HD coming to Switch.
Because
August
God
9th.
forbid that thing not come to a platform.
I know, right? You got to put it everywhere.
Okami's beautiful. I'm never going to complain about Okami being available to people again.
I
because
still have never played it.
it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I hear everywhere.
It is good. I honestly, I loved it at the time, but when it came out as an HD release on last gen,
Yeah,
right?
PS3, Xbox 360.
I tried playing through again, and I was just like, you know what? I don't need to. The game, we've just gotten a little too far.
Yeah.
From that style of gameplay
Yeah.
for me. Then August 10th, Madden NFL 2019.
Yay, man.
And We Happy Few.
Actually, now
finally
worth
coming
pointing
out.
out, actually, yesterday Scott Porter did put out an image confirming that Long Shot 2 is in Madden.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
They didn't mention that.
I know, very
That's a
weird.
dumb
I
call.
thought that was very interesting they doing, but it's more Long Shot and it's more Scott Porter. All right, cool. I wonder if it was a rush job. I worry about it on that front, but hey, you know what? I loved Long Shot 1. Let's see what they got.
We Happy Few finally coming out. Windows, PS4, and Xbox One.
That's exciting.
Played it at Judges
yeah.
Week. Really dug the story they were telling. A lot of environmental storytelling. Kind of gave me that more of a brighter, opener Bioshock vibe to it. I don't think it didn't speak to me like, fuck, I can't wait to play that. I need to play that. But I think it's going to scratch an itch for a lot of people.
Then on August 14th, Death's Gambit on Windows and PS4.
I remember hearing this
sounds
title, but I don't
familiar.
remember what
Cool,
this game
Greg.
is.
Can you pull up Death's Gambit real quick?
Death is Gambit.
He just gives us the X-Man. Just like pops up like, oh, shitty. Just throwing playing cards everywhere. Let's
GAMBIT.
see, Death's Game. I don't know anything about this.
Click on
this
the
doesn't look familiar.
middle one.
Area.
I just want to see
Death's
it for a
Gambit.
sec.
Oh, it's an Adult Swim game.
Oh,
Scroll
from
forward.
Adult Swim from the publishers
A bit more.
of Rain World.
Oh, were they Rain World?
Yeah.
In
Interesting.
Battle Chef
I don't
Brigade.
know. I'm not feeling this.
And Robot Unicorn Attack. Oh wait, what do we got here? Oh, this is
Looks
very.
like
it's
a-
supposed to look very Castlevania.
Yeah, a little side scrolling
Yeah, I don't
action
know.
here.
This is what I was talking about earlier. You guys can look it up. Death's Gambit. That's the type of flash-looking animation that I
you
not your
don't
thing.
fuck with?
Yeah. We're just too many people are putting out games that are just too good.
Yeah, true.
The Walking Dead, the final season, episode 1.
Jesus, yeah, this is coming up, isn't
August
it?
14th.
Yeah, see how Clem's adventure ends. Can't wait.
On PS4, Xbox One, and Windows. World of Warcraft, Battle for Azeroth on Windows and Mac.
Haven't they already battled for Azeroth?
I don't know.
This
I
is
thought
the
they did. Did you ever
final.
play WoW? Are you a WoW guy?
Man, no, I was a Eve guy. I was a snob. I wanted community generated content, not some single player RPG that I happen to have a bunch of annoying people around.
Yeah. August 15th, State of Mind coming out on every system. Its genre is walking simulator.
Oh, great.
There we go. I'll
August-
probably play that.
August 21st, Shenmue and Shenmue 2. collection coming out on Windows, PS4, and Xbox One.
Jared's excited.
And you're stoked?
Yeah, Shenmue is it's what it is, and I'll play it again.
Yeah.
It is so deeply flawed and so brilliantly ambitious. I feel like Shenmue, if you love video games, is a game you should play just to get a feel for how we got where we are today. Shenmue really did try some things too early, and it blazed a lot of trails that eventually became commonplace in video games. It's a living little slice of history, and the fact that it's set in this like tiny little neighborhood in this tiny little time capsule is a period piece. It's weird and wonderful.
I never played it. Alfredo Diaz loves it, which is very fucking weird. He loves his Dreamcast, so that was a thing.
Yeah.
But whether or not you've played Shenmue, I recommend you go on YouTube and search for Mega 64's Shenmue skit.
I've been looking
'cause
for
it
some
is
sailors.
The funniest thing.
He wanted to find
Have you
those
seen
sailors.
some sailors?
He needed those
What's the
sailors.
mystery of the four woo-doo? August 23rd, My Hero 1's Justice. No idea. The 24th, F1 2018. Danny McGuire's probably
Daniel Dwyer
stoked.
he's stoked. He can't wait.
The 24th, here's one for you, Greg. Little Dragon's Cafe.
At first, I thought it was a joke. Then you put the cafe in there, and I'm actually interested. What are the platforms?
Switch and PS4. It's a simulation role-playing game.
Cool, Greg. Can I see Little Dragon's Cafe, please?
Should I
Little
just
Dragon's
change the
Cafe?
theme of whatever game I end up making to have cafe at the end?
Sure. I mean, am I running a
All right.
cafe? Am I a little dragon running a cafe? Oh, fuck. Yeah,
Wait,
show me the
Oh
gameplay
wait,
trailer.
is this? I think I saw something
game
for this
trailers
at,
here.
at Anime Expo.
We got a dragon flying. Sure.
Oh yeah, this is.
Hold on, save a loved one. Yeah, all right, okay. A little storybook vibe to it.
Yeah.
Just a lot of nodding, a lot of chibi art nodding and talking here. Let me guess. Oh, see, they want a steak bowl. Am I making the steak bowl? Collect the recipe. Okay, hold on.
Cooking.
Get cooking.
This trailer not. Oh my god, I am running a
I don't know
cafe
about this Little
apparently.
Dragons
There are
thing.
some ingredients.
I went out there and I did that. I'm examining this lettuce.
On August
Explore
28th,
the world.
there is
Raise your
a
dragon.
fighting game called Blade Strangers.
I know nothing about Blade Strangers.
That
cool
sounds
name.
fucking cool.
Blade Strangers.
August 28th on the Switch, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Like I said before, I'm surprised that doesn't do anything for you.
It's because I think it's going to be. I mean, it's a re-release of a Monster Hunter game that already came out, so it doesn't have the improvements World has. And World scratched an itch I didn't even know I had, but it's the same thing where Capcom's price just took a dip, right? Because the people they're projecting lower retention rate for Monster Hunter World, and I'm a prime example of that. 130 hours in, and they've put out a whole bunch of new monsters and content, and yada yada, and I can't get psyched to turn it back on.
Yeah.
And so like for them to drop, here's the older Monster Hunter that was very convoluted and loading screens between map segments and paint your dragon to follow. It's like
It
I don't know.
says something about the business model of our industry that you just said you played a game for 130 hours,
Yeah.
and that was a disappointment.
no, it was a disappointment.
Not for you.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
the-
for them.
Right?
No,
yeah. Well, that's their thing,
that's-
and it's an interesting thing to hear that it's Suits and Bean counters who are like, oh man, like we expected longer tail retention on this, and then to be the actual person of like, yeah, I guess, yeah, like I don't know what you would need to do to get me to come back and do it.
This marketplace is getting more crowded than it was
what
a
we've talked
couple of
about,
years
right?
ago.
Yeah.
There's just too many people making these kinds of games at
Yeah.
once. I'm worried about a shakeup. Like I really do think a couple of these things may just fall flat on their face.
August 28th, we got Pro Evolution Soccer 2019. Then we got Strange Brigade. It's a third-person shooter.
Okay.
I've heard of that name.
We got Victor Vran Overkill Edition.
Okay.
Yakuza Kiwami 2 on
There you go.
PS4.
That's gonna
It's all
that's
on
gonna do
August
well.
28th.
People love that Yakuza.
And then on the 31st, we got Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker.
Okay.
Okay.
Windows, PS4, and Xbox
That'll
One.
be a game with the ninja guy.
And then here you go, Jared. On September 4th, we got Dragon Quest XI:
There we go.
Echoes of an Elusive Age on Windows and PS4.
And then you'll lose me for a month.
Yeah.
That's going to be, it's, those RPGs are always meaty, always long, and I won't play anything else when 11's out.
Not even God Wars: The Complete Legend on Nintendo Switch that also comes out that day.
No, I will be playing Dragon Quest 11.
Well, then maybe on September 7th, you'll be playing Immortal Unchained on Windows, PS4, and Xbox One.
Still Dragon Quest 11.
Okay. NASCAR Heat 3 on Windows, PS4, and Xbox One.
Nope. Still playing with
SNK
Slime.
Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, Switch and PS4.
SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, I played a little of at E3. It's interesting, but I wasn't spellbound by the version they showed me. And that's some neat ideas. It's another one of those kind of baby's first fighting game things, and has some cool stuff in it. But I don't know. It just felt a little. I figure SNK could get a little past the skimp outfits at this point, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, that's what they want to do.
Here's the thing, Jared. You're going to be playing Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age, September 4th.
I will.
You're going to need to beat it quickly because on September 7th, what do we got, Craig?
Spider-Man.
You got that Spider-Man on PlayStation 4.
I'm very excited about Spider-Man. I will absolutely be playing Dragon Quest over Spider-Man.
You're a fucking monster, but thank God this show won't just all be Spider-Man because that's all I'm going to be fucking be playing.
I can't
That game looks so good.
Dude, I look at the travel schedule and see how much stuff we have around that date, and I'm like, well, it looks like I'm traveling with the PS4 again. Just like when I had fucking God of War and was playing Far Cry stuff on the road and had a screen with me at all
We
times.
got Dakar 18 coming out on September 11th. Don't know what that is. NBA 2K19 as well. So a lot of people out there will be excited about that.
Slam-a-jamas.
Black Clover, Quartet Nights, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider on September 14th. You stoked about that?
I am excited for Shadow of the
Are
Tomb
you
Raider.
going to beat Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
That is the big question. I don't know. I just did a video that you can see in GameStop stores coming up in August, right? Where I did a very similar thing of my 5 picks or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Shadow of the Tomb Raider didn't make my 5 picks. I got an honorable mention, of course, but it is. I don't know. I don't know. I love those games. I love Crystal Dynamics and what they made with the first 2 of the rebooted ones. I understand this is Eidos Montreal and Crystal Dynamics. From what I played, it's more of what I care about and what I like. It's darker. It's got an interesting story. It's all these things. I just feel like it's going to be stiff competition around there because it is be coming off of Spider-Man and be getting ready for the holiday stuff that is coming up. And so, when I start doing the short list for fucking games I'm stoked for and can't wait for, it doesn't pop on that. I do think it's what September. What is it?
14th.
See, I don't mean to spoil it, but we're at that point, ladies and gentlemen, we're 11 days away from Valkyria Chronicles 4. All right, so that's
Which is the day I stopped playing.
that's Shadow's fucking window right there, and that's also I'm done with Spider-Man. I've platinum Spider-Man by that point. That's your fucking window to play with. I don't know, man.
You're gonna have to come in and for me to even pick up Shadow. You're gonna have to come in and be like, Jared, you have to play this.
Did you play the other 2?
I tried.
They just didn't click for you?
I just didn't care.
I hear
I
you.
tried caring. I wanted to care. I was very excited at the beginning. There were some missteps around the story of the first one
Sure.
that threw
Yeah,
me, and
100%.
honestly, it kind of soured me on on it. And
Rise was great because it just gave you those open areas to play with that were smaller open worlds of go find treasures and collect this and decipher that. And so to get more of that, I'm stoked about, and to have more abilities and this whole apocalyptic storyline they're doing seems interesting. But I don't know. Will I finish it? I don't know.
On the 18th of September, Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dusk is on Windows, Nintendo Switch, and PS4.
that's actually kind of interesting. I'm not being obnoxious. That game is actually kind of neat.
We'll tell you when you're being obnoxious.
I played a little bit of that at E3. It is a first-person dungeon crawler where you have a party of 40 characters.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really it has some really neat ideas in it. Eventually you get powerful enough that you can just beat through the dungeon walls. That's
cool.
Yeah, there's
That's
neat
cool.
stuff in there. It's actually kind of a neat game. I will probably pick this up and try it.
Cool. Star Control Origins on Windows.
Star
September 20th.
Control. Okay.
How do you know everything?
No.
Jared Petty.
No, I'm just trying. But Star Control 2 is one of the best video games ever made.
Okay.
And this is
Did you wonder
attempt
what the
to lean
Origins
back
were?
into the Origins thing. If they lean into the best parts of Star Control, that's one of those games that's universally fun. You could play that 30 years later, it would still be fun. Because at its core, it's a really simple competitive arcade game built in a strategy game. And it's all about screwing with one other person constantly. It's so much fun.
Do you like Steins Gate?
I have nothing to say about that.
Okay, well, Steins Gate has a lot to say about you, Jared. Because on September 20th, you got Steins Gate 8-bit on the Switch, Steins Gate Elite on the Switch, PS4, and Vita, and Steins Gate Linear Bounded Phenogram on the PS4.
That's not real.
September 21st, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Let's fucking go, boys, on PS4 and Xbox One. Another perfect example. I'm just bummed about this. I want it on Switch. I feel like it's going to be on Switch eventually. I don't know.
If you don't buy it, it might not get to Switch, Tim.
Nah, people are going to buy this game. I'm going to buy this game. I'm fine. I want this game, but
That game's going to be on Switch.
I just want it on Switch. And then the 21st, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country on Switch. Did you play Xenoblade 2?
So wait, which one is this? Is
Chronicles 2. It's like the DLC pack.
Okay,
or like the expanded one.
Yeah, I can't give too much on this one.
Okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles games are neat, but I don't know much about the DLC stuff.
September 23rd, Paw Patrol on a roll.
Really? Tell me more. Platforms?
On Windows, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One.
I'm interested about the trophies on Paw Patrol. I'll tell you
Paw
right
Patrol
now.
on a roll.
It's a secret sequel to Nintendogs.
No, do you not know Paw Patrol?
If it's trophy related, of course I don't know.
It's not trophy related. No.
Disdain in his
This
voice.
is one of those fun things. I always appreciate when you somehow, by hook or crook, break through into another universe and learn of something extremely popular you knew nothing about. And then when you go back to your universe, you see it everywhere. Paw Patrol is one of, if not the hot kid cartoons.
Oh, really?
And so, like, 2 years ago, maybe last year, whatever it was, when I went and visited Poe and his son for a while, Jack, Poe's son, is obsessed with Paw Patrol. So there's Paw Patrol shit everywhere. And we watched a whole bunch of episodes together. And it's like, what is it? Rubble on the double or something. Like, they all have names and catchphrases and shit they do together. And they're all dogs that, like, there's a fireman dog and a cop dog and a construction dog. And they all come together as Paw Patrol to help other dogs and help kids and shit.
You
Sounds
told
good.
me about this story, and
Yeah.
then ever since I see it,
Like, it,
everywhere.
well, he's busy.
So now I'm just going to walk around and see Paw Patrol.
Cool,
or
Greg.
whatever.
Can you throw up Google search Paw Patrol and then click on images, and then you will see these people or these dogs everywhere now. Because
Yeah.
like kids wear shirts and they have bags and they have this and and it's like, I was watching something recently, a news report, and it was in a foreign land.
Shit,
Oh, no.
images.
And it was in a foreign country, and sure enough, like, people are walking around, these kids are walking around in Paw Patrol shirts and stuff. So Paw Patrol is the hotness, and since it's a kids thing, yes, I would like to know how the trophies are in this game to see if
It's
it's
like Jimmy Neutron with a bunch of puppies.
Exactly.
exactly.
All
Yeah.
right,
So
all
Paw
right.
Patrol on a roll. And then September 25th, Metal Max Xeno on PS4.
Yeah, I don't want to be dismissive, but what I saw at E3 was not super encouraging unless you're a hardcore Metal Max guy. Metal Max hasn't made it to the States. Maybe it was still rough, but it's a turn-based RPG about tanks, which is an idea I like, but I wasn't crazy about the little slice I saw.
Valkyria Chronicles 4. Nintendo
Shit
Switch,
you
PS4,
not.
Xbox One, September 25th.
Could not sleep last night after we said goodbye to some people. And when you go through the Rolodex, the things that are like in problems in Greg Miller's head, there was a lengthy self-debate of where we're getting this.
Yeah.
Are we getting it on PlayStation 4 for the trophies? Or are we getting it on Switch because we'll just play it all the time? And I don't know, ladies and gentlemen.
Get it on Switch.
I don't know.
Take it
I
with
feel
you.
like that's my thing. Is like I need to see the trophy list because Valkyria Chronicles remastered when it came out on PlayStation 4. That trophy list, I'm like, too rich for my blood. I'm not going to put in the thousands of hours. And I feel like that's what it would be here. So I might as well. And we all know, of course, Valkyria Chronicles 2 on PSP was the best Valkyria Chronicles. We didn't get 3, of course, so I can't judge that. So it was portable.
Was the best one?
I loved 2 so much. I thought 2 was such a great way.
Really?
The story's better, obviously, in Valkyria Chronicles 1 on the PlayStation 3
It's not
with
just
the beauty
better. It's
artwork.
not about like angsty anime teens
You know what?
being like, hello.
It was about welcome
I
and
have
Alicia and all that
cleavage.
stuff. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, well, that's, you know what? That's good storytelling right there.
Okay. That Valkyria Chronicles 1 is the best game Sega ever made.
Wow. Okay. I'm not gonna argue, but I can't fucking wait for 4. And yeah, I think I'll end up on the Switch, but we'll see.
Really quickly.
Yeah.
I've never played one of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I like Fire Emblem, is that...
Yeah, you should try. Then.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not exactly the same, but it'll be familiar enough that you'll feel good about it.
On the 27th, Dies Irae Amontes.
What did you just summon? You just summoned some demon from another
Visual
dimension.
novel, no one's surprised. And then Life is Strange 2, Episode
Hey!
1
All right.
on the 27th. On
Let's go. Let's see what
PS4
you
and
got.
Xbox
What do you
One.
got for me? Don't nod.
We got Super Neptunia RPG on Switch and PS4.
Not really my jam.
And then we have The World Ends With You Final Remix on Switch. I did not know that had a release date of September 27th.
That's very
Fuck,
exciting.
That is exciting. I that's a game I gave the college try on DS and enjoyed for a while and then fell out of it for some other reason. I got excited when it was coming to Switch, but now I wonder how I'll feel about it on Valkyria Chronicles 2 days before, Octopath having really, taken my heart. I don't know.
Dragon Ball Fighters the next day on the 28th.
Yeah, that's really not going to be.
Dude, we
that's
played
not
that
gonna
yesterday at the.
It was beautiful.
on the episode? Man, that was fun. And it's another. I'm not good at fighting games, but I'd love to fucking pop it in when I'm on a plane. Just like,
Sure,
fuck it.
yeah.
I'm gonna play as Goku. FIFA 19 on the 28th, and Underworld Ascendant.
So that's the a long time ago there was a first-person RPG, Ultima Underworld, that created first-person shooters as we know them today. It also revolutionized the way people thought about what you could accomplish in an RPG. Underworld Ascendant is the pseudo-spiritual sequel to that long ago game. And what I saw of it a long time ago was very interesting. and this probably is worth a look, especially if you enjoy kind of quirky, system deep RPGs.
We're now in October. October 2nd, Forza Horizon 4, Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise, and Mega Man 11.
Hey.
Mega Man 11, if the previews are anything to go by, if what they've let us play so far is really good.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Oh, no, I'm not the Mega Man guy.
Oh, okay. Mega Man 11 is, and well, you don't have to be a Mega Man guy to try 11. They change enough, Greg,
Yeah.
that it's worth checking out.
Is it more in vein with what you guys were describing for Mega Man X?
No,
'Cause
it's
that sounded
something different
cool.
as well.
Okay.
It's a third very different thing. It has a little more of that classic Mega Man precision feel, but it has a time stop mechanic that doesn't feel cheap.
Okay.
It allows you to use it both if you're really good at the game to do awesome things with those Mega Man moves you know so well that you never could have done before. And if you're not great at Mega Man yet, it allows you to get through some of those sections without feeling like you're compromising the difficulty, but still also not being punished and having to do the same thing over and over.
Okay.
Very creative. I like it.
Then on the 5th of October, we got Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I can't fucking wait. That is, when you talk about a AAA game that's coming that is like more in line, I think, with who I traditionally am, seeing as how it's been weird with multiplayer stuff since last year. When I played that at E3, when we saw it at E3, I like the female protagonist. I love the color palette of the world, how beautiful it is, sunny, blue, green, vibrant. I love the humor of it. I love the choices, just being able to choose my own dialogue stuff, like taking those systems and dropping them on the combat that I did enjoy in Origins, but just overall didn't click for me. I'm fucking all in.
My favorite things in the entire world are mythology, history, military history, naval and nautical Mediterranean history. This is like, I can't believe someone made this as a AAA game. This is like, this is 8 years of college for me, just coming and being like, come, Jared, come and play in this world. It's wonderful. I have to polish up my old ancient Greek again. I'm pretty excited.
Get out there, man. And then October 5th, I'm really excited for Super Mario Party on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is one that we need to see more of. I am very scared about. Because the Mario Party series has not been
Hit or miss.
any good for a very long time. Used to be amazing, obviously.
I loved it on 64, but I really haven't played since then.
The GameCube ones were great as well. Not all of them, but some of the GameCube ones were great. The Wii didn't really have a good one as far as I'm concerned. And the Wii U one fucking sucked. I'm hoping the rebrand from Mario Party to Super Mario Party means that Nintendo gets it and kind of wants to have a Switch-style reboot for this franchise.
Yeah.
Mario Party on the Switch is the perfect synergy. Like that could be it could be the next Mario Kart where it's just like you're just with your fucking friends, let's play some damn Mario Party. You know what I mean?
Now, I wonder, do you know which of the internal teams is developing this?
not.
Okay, I wonder if they're farming it out to Tosei or something, or if it's actually getting some TLC. I'm really interested to see what happens.
IndieCube.
Okay. We'll see.
We will see. Then we got Disgaea 1 complete on Switch and PS4.
Damon
on October
Hatfield
9th.
can't wait.
Yeah, the Disgaea games are good. And Disgaea 1's a solid game. And on Switch, again, that's another one I played at E3 a little bit. And I liked what I saw. It's pretty much everything from every Disgaea game and expansion ever, except for the multiplayer, and with new, like, some characters that weren't playable before are playable. It's if you're into, like, tactical Fire Emblem type stuff, you'd probably like it, Tim.
Disgaea 1 I played on PS2.
Yeah.
And I was really into it. I never beat it because it was way too long.
Think about it on Switch.
Yeah.
Take it
still
with you
sounds way too
everywhere.
long. WWE 2K19 on October 9th. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 on October 12th. Any interest? Do you think you're going to play through that campaign?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Black Ops 4, and like I mean, it's the same thing as always. Like, maybe as you get closer, something will spring forth from it to me. But I mean, like, in years past, where it was like, we're going to space and we're doing this, and it's Kevin Spacey. I was like, oh, these are interesting, like, things I want to try. I haven't seen. Well, there's no campaign.
Yeah,
of this.
there's no campaign.
Wait, yeah,
Oh,
wait,
you're
no,
right. Yeah.
you totally threw me because I'm like, why do I know nothing about that campaign?
wait a minute.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're right.
Sorry, it took me a while to catch my
I was
own
like, wait a
thing
minute,
there.
there's a whole thing with Black.
Honestly, I do want to code because I do want to try Battle Royale or what are they calling it? Blackout. I want to play. I want to see what their blackout's like. I mean, I'll be garbage at it and probably only play it for a little bit, but
This is one of those things where, like, there's no number low enough for how little I care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Lego DC Supervillains on October 16th?
Actually, that sounds awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lego Batman was delightful. The Lego games, by and large, are great. And Lego Force Awakens is one of the best Star Wars games ever. I think that anything they do in the Marvel or Star Wars universes is usually pretty cool.
Obviously, you're sold.
Yeah, I mean, well, full disclosure, I'm in the game, so I mean, like that. But so it's a dream come true to find. I mean, like I've been in other Lego games, but I'm finally in a Lego DC game. With DC being such a DC fanboy, but checking all that, and you can take it with a grain of salt. Like playing at E3, I was like, holy shit! Like this is actually a real step forward for the Lego games of, you are the star of it. And when I say that, I mean, you are creating your own supervillain that you can make look how you want. I made it look just like me, which I was like, that's fucking rad. And then your character then is placed into a episode of the Justice League where Clancy Brown is Lex Luthor, Kevin Conroy is Batman, Travis Willingham is back doing his fucking Superman. That's amazing. Like, it's everybody you'd want in there. And like, Susan's back as Wonder Woman. I think I heard this is the whole thing. None of this is confirmed, right? I think I heard Michael Rosenbaum as Flash. I thought I heard Hamill's Joker, but that seems a bridge too far and no one's talking about that. So I assume I'm wrong on that. And it was just a really good Joker. Story seems awesome. Love making my own character. Love unlocking my abilities. I'm super happy to have another
Who
fucking
are you
Lego.
in this one?
I can't confirm
Can't
yet.
say yet.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
And then October 16th, we got Starlink Battle for Atlas on Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. The Starfuck stuff got me interested in a game that I would have never otherwise touched. If it plays right and it feels good, I love that type of game.
People I talked to that played it described it as like No Man's Sky, but good. And I thought No Man's Sky was pretty fun. So I'm very interested in that.
Warriors Orochi 4.
Warriors Orochi 4. Okay.
Yes. On Windows, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. That's October 16th. October 19th, we got Battlefield 5.
No.
They don't got me this time.
Yeah.
The War Stories last year I loved, or 2 years ago I loved. No. Soul Calibur 6 on October 19th. Yeah.
Geralt of Rivia.
Can't wait for that, Geralt.
That's right.
The 23rd, we got Crayola Scoot.
That reminds me of one we skipped that wasn't on the list there. Divinity Original Sin 2 or whatever is granted right now an Xbox game preview, but officially launched, I want to say, in August. Let me double check on that
didn't
for you.
realize that.
Played that, and I'm just a snob and I want the trophies. Played it on an Xbox at Judges Week, and I was like, this is awesome. It's another one I think that game's too big for me probably, but I do see me getting into it and sinking time into it.
Yeah, the Divinity games are going to most likely make Octopath look like a short foray.
Right.
But yeah, they are, but they're also awesome.
We got Crayola Scoot and Just Dance 2019 on October 23rd. I don't know
For
what
the
Crayola
Wii.
Scoot is, but yeah. And
September
Just Dance
14th.
on Wii. If you've got your
it
Wii,
is
it's
on
time to
Wii.
buy your game for the year.
What did you say, Greg?
Nothing. It's I was reading the wrong year because it's one of those fucking games.
October 25th, Disaster Report 4 Plus Summer Memories is coming out on PS4. On the 26th, we got My Hero 1's Justice and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, that game might be good.
Yeah, we'll see.
August 31st
So
out.
I joked about Dragon Quest, but I mean, this is where that gets laid down, and so much Red Dead gets played, and pretty much I'm done till like April, I think. After that, because the online competitor I suspect will come out at Christmas, and I'll just be playing through the rest of the year. The first through the single player, and then whatever they create online.
I am very interested in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
which is out of
there's-
character for you.
Definitely out of character for me. But I'm interested in two ways. One, like I can't wait to play it. The other side of it though is I wonder if it's going to be as good and sell as well as everyone expects it to. Like I feel like there is so much pressure on it, and we've talked about this a lot on Games Daily, but like it's not Grand Theft Auto.
But I mean, Grand Theft Auto wasn't always Grand Theft Auto.
yeah.
And
That's
I feel
true.
like they've stepped up and risen to the occasion on most. I mean, obviously you can argue certain things with 4 or whatever, but like 5 was stellar.
I
Like
think
expectations, like sales wise, I'm not worried about sales. It's going to do better than Red Dead 1. It's going to fucking
Yeah,
crush
I
it.
mean I know that, but like we've talked about, is it going to do better than Grand Theft Auto 5?
No.
And that's where I'm like, I just don't think it's
I don't
possible.
think no.
I think it will not do better than GTA 5, but I do think that we could be looking at a situation where 5 years down the road, it's doing comparably to what
nuts.
we've seen. I
We'll
really
see.
do believe that. I think that let us not underestimate the incredible power of that long tail, and the fact that GTA 5 is going to help. What this game has that GTA 5 didn't is it has GTA 5 to help sell it. If there's not all kinds of integration between those economies, and the fact that GTA 5 is still an actively supported game with constant updates and a huge community, I figure they'll share a common currency. I figure that they're going to have all kinds of incentives, not just to bring you into Red Dead, but to bring you into GTA from Red Dead and vice versa. I really do think this could be one of the biggest games ever made.
Yeah.
And we may not know it for 2 years.
November, finally, Greg, we got Overkill's The Walking Dead on November 6th. We'll see.
Played it at Judges Week. definitely did not make me feel like this is something I've got to fucking play when it comes out.
Was
Hitman
Overkill's
2?
the? Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. Was Overkill's The Walking Dead the one that had all the zombies next to the IGN booth at E3, like crawling around on the floor?
I don't
And the
know.
guy
What
stuck
year?
to
This
the
year?
car. Yeah, this year.
Yeah, I think
Was that
so.
Overkill's?
Probably.
Well, shout out to those zombies because those were the best. I've seen a lot of zombies on show floors.
Yeah, those are the best ones.
Best zombies I've ever seen on a show floor. They're very creative.
Hitman 2 coming out on
Hey,
Windows,
yeah.
PS4, and Xbox One on November 13th, alongside SNK 40th Anniversary Collection
That
on
I'm
Switch.
very excited for. That's a lot of games that have not been over-released, and most of them are very good.
Fallout 76 on November 14th.
I was talking about this in Games the other day. You know, Todd Howard put out another interview, this time with Keza, and was talking in this one about like, hey, like, you know, we don't say survival because we don't want it to be put into the same category as Rust or any of those kind of games. And he's like, I still want to play it single player. I'm like, all right, man. I hope my first impression of watching it, I play it and I'm like, oh no, I don't have to worry about it. This is actually like it just doesn't look like the Fallout I want.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying it doesn't deserve to exist or something.
I'm very interested in this game. I think Fallout is a fascinating franchise. I think releasing right next to Red Dead is going to cut significantly into how much attention I give this until 2019.
And then on November 16th, you guys lost me. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, Day 1. Eevee, baby, let's fucking go.
Start playing Pokemon Go right now. Then get it all set, man.
I don't want. I mean, then there's no game. Like I want to play through the game and get them all. Got to catch them all. 151. They just released the second trailer for this game, and my God, or I guess third at this point. But this is like so close to a dream game for me. But then there's just like the like baby factor to it all that I'm just like, God damn it! Like why are we so close? I don't like necessarily the Go mechanics. I haven't played yet, so I reserve the right to change my mind on that. But I do wish that it was more traditional battles. I hate that you have your friendly rival. It's like, just fucking give us a douchey ass rival. Like that's what we all want from Pokemon.
That what you want? Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, you need that. But everything else about this game, it's like, dude, it looks exactly what I thought Pokemon looked like when I played it when I was 8 years old.
Right.
Seeing the gym, seeing Misty and Brock, having riding the Onix through the overworld and all this stuff. I'm like, this game looks incredible. I'm so excited because get to go back to Kanto. I fucking love that. I always will. But just how good this game looks, that just means that next year when we get the next Pokemon game, it's going to be a brand new experience that looks even better than that. I can't fucking wait.
I'm really excited to hear that. I light up every time I see you talk. You make me want to like Pokemon.
Love that, especially the OG Pokemon. One of them G1er bitches. Wreckfest comes out on November 20th. It's vehicular combat racing.
Wreckfest? Is
Wreckfest.
that followed by Runch and Rinner? Or Rupper?
Jared Petty jokes.
Oh, I didn't get the joke. It's by THQ Nordic.
All right. Well, there we go.
No, it was. No, we're just going.
Yeah. And then Darksiders 3.
Yeah.
November 27th.
Go get him, Andrew Renee.
This is no place for a horse.
Yeah.
Yep. Gunfire Games. Why not?
Don't get that either.
No?
No.
No, I get
You
that.
never
reference.
played Darksiders?
No.
Oh, okay.
I like most of the world. Don't give a shit why they keep making these games.
Because they're good. That's why.
I know. They have an audience.
They
I
keep
just
making
keep
Just Cause games as well. And Kevin is very excited that Just Cause 4 is coming out on December 4th.
Understandable.
Yeah. Games with grappling hooks. Gotta love that. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Override Mech City Brawl coming out on December 4th.
Wow, that's what Jared says.
And then the final game.
That's a thing. All right.
The final game with the release date in 2018 so far, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on December 7th. Ooh, man, I can't wait for that. That's my number one. No surprise.
Of course. What a surprise.
But
yeah.
that is my number one. Let's fucking go. Now, to close out this very long episode of the
A good
Kinda Funny
episode.
Gamescast, great episode.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little segment called Mobile Game or Bullshit.
Oh!
Right.
Cool, Greg. Drop that fat beat.
It's mobile game or bullshit. It's mobile game or bullshit. Joey's gonna read some stuff and we'll figure out if it's a real game or not. Everybody.
Very exciting.
What's this week's game, Jared?
Ladies and gentlemen, this week's theme, mobile game or gas station drug.
Okay.
That's right. You know when you go up to the gas station, the truck stop, Adult, etc., and there's a collection of perhaps dubious male enhancement products, not fine quality necessarily
Yeah.
medically valid in every
yeah.
case.
Very colorful.
Some herbal supplements, perhaps, and to help you with certain issues you may be having.
They always got
always have
rhinos on
rhinos.
it. Good call, cool
Yeah,
Greg.
things like that, as well as some stuff. I don't want to comment on all those products. Some of them I'm sure are fine and work well. But today we have 5 different mobile games and/or gas station products. Now we started with Tim last time, which I think kind of puts you at a disadvantage. You go first. So we're going to start with Greg. This
I'm
time.
down. I'm in.
Greg, here's the mobile game. Euclides, a geometric construction puzzle.
I'm saying that's a game. Mobile game.
Tim Gettys?
Drug. Let's go drug.
He's going drugs. 1-1 here.
I've never won this game.
Number 2, Anti-Yoi, simple turn-based strategy. Anti-Yoi, is that a mobile game or a gas station drug?
Drug.
Gas station drug, Anti-Yoi. Greg Miller,
Game.
mobile game. Number 3, Vovu, the description. Vovu helps you to keep calm thanks to its beautiful background music with sounds of nature and relaxing piano. Vovu.
This is the first one that's challenged me so far. I'm gonna say Vovu. Can you spell it?
VOVU.
I'm gonna say that's a drug.
Vovu.
I'm going game.
Going game. Number 4, Tim Gettys.
Yes.
Eternium. Eternium, a tribute to classic RPGs, made with passion, not greed.
Jesus.
Eternium.
That sounds so much like it's a mobile game that I feel like it must be a drug. I'm going drug.
He's going drug.
I'm going drug, ladies and gentlemen.
Greg Miller?
I'm saying drug.
Drug. You think something called Eternium might be used to treat erectile dysfunction? Mm-hmm. And finally, Baiko. Baiko. Word games can be violent.
Can you spell Baiko for me?
BAIKOH.
I'm gonna say that's a drug.
Say it's a drug.
I'm going drug on that
Tim
one as
Gettys
well.
going drug on that one as well. All right, so headed down the list here. Number 1, Euclidia, geometric construction puzzles, totally a mobile game.
Damn it.
Boom.
1 point for Greg Miller.
Ding, 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 ding. It starts again. Greg's never lost a mobile game. All bullshit.
Number 2, Anti-Yoi, simple turn-based strategy, mobile game.
I'm getting
2 for 2. It's Greg.
played out.
Number 3, Vovu. Vovu helps you keep calm thanks to its beautiful background music with sounds of nature and relaxing piano. Mobile game.
Yes.
All right.
I'm on the board. He's on the board.
Greg with 2. Tim with 1.
All right, here we go. Number 4, Eternium, a tribute to classic RPGs made with passion, not greed. Mobile game.
Both of us wrong.
We both lost on that one.
Final one. Baiko. Word games can be violent, and so is Baiko, the mobile game.
Oh my God. Both of us wrong.
We both lost, so I
right.
win again.
You win
I've never
again.
lost. Hit the beat, cool Greg.
Bullshit is a mobile game or bullshit. Joey's gonna read some stuff and we'll figure out if it's a real game or not.
All 5 today.
My worst showing of all time, but I still get the W. That's all that
Now,
matters.
one clear. As bad as that seemed, you only beat me by 1.
Yeah.
That time
I still lost 3 in a row.
there were no ringers this week. Those were all mobile
Well,
games.
hold on. Now, technically, haven't you? Oh, wait. Who?
Wow.
Isn't you lost 4 in a row, right?
Was it 4?
I've beaten you now 3 times, but
And
there was a
Kevin
game
beat
I
you.
missed, and
Kevin
Kevin
also
beat
beat
you.
you,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, then I lost 4 times.
Wow, Tim, man. Got to play some mobile games.
The drought is
Bullshit,
going,
dude.
or
That's
look
crazy.
at gas station supplements more. I
You
guess.
know what? You got to remember, Tim, it's like baseball. It's the season.
Yes.
Sometimes you get in a slump, but in the end, you come out.
Wait, so none of these were drugs?
None of them were drugs. All 5 of these were mobile games.
I love you, Jared Petty. And I love you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this episode of the Kind of Funny Games Cast. Until next week.
Now that hot post show happening.
Yo, hi, post show.
I'm a game of bullshit. Jared Petty's reading stuff from my thing. And
I like your song. Oh, somebody got 4 wrong. Let's see.
Cool Greg.
Cool Greg always uses drugs over games. There we are.
Bam.
All right, here we go. We got that. What we got in here? How things going in the chat?
So I've been using the phone.
Can you make it bigger?
Click on the dots. And then pop out chat. And then click on the maximization.
Look at that. All right. There we go.
Andy Prince says Crayon Scoot is the Jet Set Radio spiritual successor.
Oh,
that could be interesting.
That could be interesting.
I guess so. Yeah. Jet Set Radio is, yes. I never liked that game.
Kevin A. said, what? Jet Set Radio?
Jet Set. Everything about it, I should have loved. The soundtrack, the Tony Hawk-esque stuff, the visuals of it all. Just didn't like it.
Do you think it was too slow?
It just felt floaty and weird. You would jump and you just kind of like be in the air for way too long.
It definitely did have that. Have you ever tried D-Blob?
No.
You might like that better. That's like some of the same ideas, but again, Splatoon kind of covers a lot of that now too. Splatoon's like a more fun version of Jet Grind in a lot of ways. I mean, really, it's just about painting walls, covering area.
That is true.
You know,
and it has a similar vibe as well. Like
weird punkish,
something punk Japanese. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, why did they put Dragula in the American version of Jet Set Radio?
Why not? Dude, they put it in everything.
Yeah.
Jonathan S says, "Is Tim going to evolve his Eevee?" From what I heard, you can't evolve your Eevee. You can catch other Eevees to evolve them, or you get them somehow. But you're like your partner, you can't evolve, just like Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow. And then Mike says, "Best evolution, go." He says Jolteon. Honestly, I'm going to agree. Of the original 3, obviously it's Jolteon. But out of all of them, my boy Umbreon, man, he just looks so damn cool.
I feel like you're discussing books of the Bible I've never read.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You know,
all right, it's
I'm
kind of
well read.
amazing.
Can you scroll down, Kev or Cool Greg?
Oh, there we go. Whoa. Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. Mad Max meets Bruce Lee, developed by the Yakuza creators. Yeah, that sounds great. Fist of the North Star, great name for an anime. Absolutely spectacular.
Feminist Nerds says mobile gamer bullshit is the best thing ever. I agree.
I agree.
It is fucking
I'm a
awesome.
big fan of it.
It's a lot of fun.
I was jumping on, I'm looking for, I wanted to see if I can confirm some stuff on the show. So I was looking at my email, and in the middle of it, I got like a thing from Amtrak for that train ride I'm taking. And it's just like, hey, just a heads up, because of Comic-Con, it's going to be really crowded. And like, because you have an unconfirmed seat, like you might have to stand. No! And I'm like, oh, then I'll just click through and like, I'll pay the upgrade or whatever. And it's, I guess everyone got that. So it's just like crashing their site on the mobile. I'm like,
no. Come up in there and get that. No! You were so smart to ride the train, and you were betrayed.
I didn't even know there was an option to get a seat number. I'll totally do it.
Brianna and Feminist Nerds says Sylveon for life. Shout out to Sylveon. Little cutie.
Let's see. Oh, now we got Mamma Mia film with a 52% score. Oh, that's the first one.
Wait,
now.
what? What? I did not know that. I also never saw it, but
it is not. It is not good.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
The trailer for 2 looks great, man.
I don't know what's wrong with you. You worry me.
Did you see the trailer for 2?
Yeah. No, that does not look great.
I think it looks great.
Oh, we should go see it together. I'll watch that with you, Tim.
Nation says Brandon Jones on Red Dead Radio.
That is happening. Brandon's told me he's going to come out here and do it. He's actually supposed to have already been out here right about now.
Fucking Brandon Jones.
Yeah. But no, he's graciously agreed to be on the show. Yeah, Red Dead Radio, the Red Dead Redemption podcast, you say. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's going to be on it, definitely. We'll make that happen.
Mike says, Umbreon's hella aesthetic, but it's slow as balls and has relatively low special attack. Dark moves are mostly special types, so Umbreon isn't optimal. You're right, but he looks fucking cool as hell. And the final question is from Mr. Yasmin 300. Tim, ask Joey if she heard that Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants is getting a stage musical. Hey, Joey.
She did hear about it.
Are you a fan of that movie? Yeah, I like all of them. I like that they're all still friends.
She likes that they're friends.
Cool, Greg, bring up that mic.
Now, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants is the sequel to Britney Spears' Crossroads, right?
If only.
Okay.
Get some sort of crossover.
Crossroads was super dope, and I did not realize that Zoe Saldana's in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't either.
It's crazy. It's just really crazy. Not a girl, not yet a woman. Thank you guys. Love you. We're going to bounce because Greg needs to catch a flight.
I got to fly away.
Yeah.
It turns out there are no reserve seats left. So
Like Lenny Kravitz, you're going to fly away?
Bye.
Bye, love you.
To the sky, so very high, just like a dragonfly?
I miss Lenny Kravitz, man.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I need to do the point, guys.
Okay.
Get out of the way. Thanks, Tim. Good show.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody on Patreon. We love you.
It's the chat, man. Skibidi-bidi-bidi-bom, bottom, boop. Remember that song? Cool guy? Yeah. You ready? Thank you very much for watching that episode. Oh, I thought there was a chair there. Damn it. Thank you for watching that episode. You can click here to subscribe to Kind of Funny Games. Click there to subscribe to Kind of Funny. Click here to support us on Patreon. That's a thing. Yeah. And click here for Cool Greg special.